Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Full show ahead. Lots to get to. I am back. Good to be back in the studio with you fellas.
Good to. It's good to have you back, Jake.
Good to see the studio is still
See how he set himself
the
up.
studio is still standing.
You said it.
Instead of I am back.
No,
I
I'm
did that
back.
before. Bill like that before the last time.
It's good to be back. And then it was the natural thing was to say, well, we welcome you back.
Hey, well, good to be back. Glad to see the studio hasn't fallen apart since I've been
it
gone.
hasn't.
There are some things that have fallen on the ground over here still from the ceiling, but it's okay.
That's all right.
We'll be moving out
We're
soon.
moving out soon.
Soon, in like 2 months probably or so, something like that. End of August.
When we were at the Journal-Star, and they were going to tear down the building, and they just kind of let you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like I was spitting sunflower seeds out on the carpet.
Why not? Go for it.
I bet people love that at work.
There's no rules here, right? There's no rules.
Well, Bill,
Yeah.
they were going to tear down the building.
Still, I still would not just get.
Just
There's just a
Spit
couple
around.
instances.
just hawking loogies up there
Yeah.
on the
I wasn't
floor.
hawking loogies.
I know. You could have apparently with this Rhule.
Yeah.
Sunflower seeds, loogies, why
There's
not?
certain
All the same.
parts of the building that were unused completely. I mean, it was a utopia in some ways.
Did you take something from the building as a
Great
memorabilia?
question. Great question.
God, that's a good question. No.
I would
Like
have
not a
taken
chair or
something.
something like
I would-
not-
Oh yeah, I took my office chair.
Okay.
I would have taken something on the wall, some sort of memorabilia. Like I'm going to take this. I'm going to have this with me forever.
I think they sort of encouraged you to do that.
Yeah.
But you didn't
Now,
take
you have
anything
a-
off
you-
the wall.
No, well, there wasn't any really.
There's gonna be some framed, different front pages of the newspaper.
I don't think they were. No, they were really. They had some really nice pictures that were huge. I don't think they wanted you to take those. That would have probably been aggressive. So no,
Who took them?
Someone
had to take them.
They probably went to the new building.
Okay, that's fair. All right, that makes sense. Not everything though.
Yeah.
Was Mel Maines ever in the old building?
I'm sure he was.
Yeah.
There was a long parade of, the one great story that El Kent tells is Bruce Springsteen.
He's an imposter, I thought.
When he's phony.
Phony.
He was doing. I want to wait for Jake to.
Yeah, you're good. Sorry, we're good.
To get.
Yeah, Jake's been very
Just
distracted.
helping out Bella over there.
Bruce-
Very good now. Yeah.
Bruce
Waving his
Springsteen,
arms.
when he was researching for the Nebraska album, would come in the Journal-Star routinely. Nobody knew it.
What?
We had a very elaborate library. You probably don't know this either. The Journal-Star had a great library. It was a working library with a librarian.
Really?
For a long time.
So you're in there. You're going straight Dewey Decimal. The Dewey Decimal system was in
Yes,
place.
of course.
Yeah, but Springsteen would come in the Journal-Star. Nobody even knew it. He went to a Nebraska football
How was
game.
that possible?
He'd pull his hat down, just stay very nondescript. He did research in that library. Nobody knew it, and went to a Nebraska football game. Nobody knew it.
I am perplexed by this, that there was a librarian at the Lincoln Journal-Star.
Yeah,
What was their name?
There was a long.
Can we get a hold of this person?
Yeah,
Now here's the deal with it. There was a long period early in my career, and then they went away. Cuts. So there wasn't a librarian probably for the last 15 years, but there was including one very good looking librarian.
That wasn't the path we're going
Bill,
down.
you had to add it. You had to add
redhead, very good looking.
Of course. Why not?
Kind of a Ginger Grant looking from.
Yeah, it's sort of. I was back there all the time.
Yeah.
For one reason
Excuse me, in the 700.
For one
I got some
reason
research.
only. I'm not here for
How's
books.
research?
I'm here for
Some
the
research.
here for the hot
I have to-
librarian here.
The research.
Wow.
I was doing research.
Is that right?
Yes.
On
But
the
anyway,
librarian.
Yes.
You go back there and ask
No.
her, you read any good books lately?
That's his go-to line every time.
Yeah.
Hey, any
Read
books since yesterday?
Yeah,
No.
no. Anything,
Okay, I'll
anything
try again
changed?
tomorrow.
Anything go from the 300 level to the 400 level, the Dewey Decimal System?
I'll ask again tomorrow.
Yeah,
Just so you
so I'll
know.
be in tomorrow.
Anyway, anywho, there was a library with a working librarian for many years. And yeah, that was one thing. Bruce Springsteen.
Do you think she moved into like to the public library?
No, I think she moved. I mean, there was more than one. There was more than one librarian. For a period, there were two librarians in the
because the paper's going like 24/7.
Right.
Was there a librarian?
There's a
there?
night shift librarian.
Night shift librarian. That's
Yeah.
what I want to know.
When did this stop?
Yeah.
I'm going to say, if I had to put a year on it,
This is incredible.
Was this like typical papers had a librarian?
I don't know. I only worked at one.
I've never heard of it or even thought of that as an
No.
idea.
Now,
A
here's the deal.
library. At a
Here's the deal.
newspaper.
I think it probably ended in the early 90s.
Wow.
So I was
Never thought.
Do high schools still have librarians?
it maybe
They have to.
I would think so.
They have
I
to.
would sure hope so.
They
But
have to.
I would say late 90s actually, because it seemed like a pretty long period in my career. I started there in 90. I started at the Journal Star in 1990. So I bet there was at least 5 years of librarians. And there was a day shift librarian and a night shift librarian.
That's good.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it.
Oh.
Let's get into some actual idle chit chat here, sponsored by Newton's
That
Lawn
was
Care.
idle.
Their sports takes are great,
Generally speaking.
but the random conversations are even better.
I don't know if you want to talk about that on the radio.
Hey, you just did.
You just did. I mean, we're not just talking amongst ourselves.
It's time for Idle Chit Chat on Early Break, sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care.
So pre-idle chit chat includes librarians of the Journal Star back in the day. Idle chit chat is here now.
It's here.
It's
for good.
here. Yes, it is here.
It's here. It's here.
Anything for you, Bill, from yesterday at all?
From the CWS.
You
Well,
were upset about something. From last night.
I'm still upset about it. I felt there was
What's wrong?
interesting to hear, and I wouldn't say the error by decision. I just error in technique, in
What's
my
wrong?
opinion. On when the runner from LSU got thrown out at home in the 8th inning.
Okay.
I believe it was
What happened?
And he's on third, and there's a sharp hit ball towards the third baseman.
Okay.
He takes off, but it wasn't an immediate. It wasn't like he was just going as hard as he could. But the error that was made, in my opinion, was, and I felt I counted him right, that he took 4 steps with his head looking back, whether or not the ball got through. And I'm like, what does it matter? If it gets through, it's a layup. You're just in.
Listen to Coach Busch over
and
there.
and if he would have been just head down, and he got
Sprint.
thrown out by an inch.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
head down
thrown
and go.
Got thrown out by an
Just
inch.
go.
If his head's down and he's rolling, it just looked like a huge error.
Technique.
And then where the catcher was set up, obviously you can tell as you're coming down down to home plate that the catcher is set up in the inside of the plates where he was at, and he slid directly. I thought he could have at least put a little bit more effort to the outside of the plate.
Let's
to
do
make
let's
that.
do a word game to indicate whether Bill's grown or not. Were you regal or livid?
I was duped.
None of the above.
None
He
of
was
the above.
duped.
Yeah, none of the above. Yeah.
He failed.
We'll try again tomorrow,
Try
Bill.
again tomorrow.
Two options. He went for the third one. Then he
Were you
mentioned the
regal?
third.
Oh,
You were
I
duped.
was
You were
so
duped.
I was so duped and livid. Oh,
You couldn't possibly be.
I mean,
at that
it'd be
point.
fun here at the Breakers thing, but I'm watching this thing and I'm like, they kept showing over again. I go, he went 4 steps and he's looking back the whole time to see whether or not the ball got through or
Yeah,
not.
he would have made
Is
it
this,
probably.
Is this at all on the third base coach or not? Is it all on him? I'm curious.
No, I
Who-
don't-
Who
I
gets
did-
the
I
blame
didn't-
here?
I believe the decision was, I'm sure was discussed on third base. Hey, if we get a hard ground ball hit, we're going. Hey, we're
Yeah. So just go.
Don't
We're
stutter.
going.
Just
We're
go.
going. I'm
You
sure
would show that film.
That had been pre-discussed. I guarantee. I wasn't mad at the decision for him to
No.
go. It was a
Just go.
and plus they caught the break because the guy kind of double clutched the ball a little bit at third. And if he does, and so he made the right decision. But it just, if you watch it over again, like I said, it'll be it's alarming in my opinion.
Crack of the bat. Go.
Yeah,
Just go.
Yes, go as hard as you can go, and don't look back.
Right.
It doesn't matter. He said he looked back for 4 steps to see if the ball got through or not, and you could almost just sense as he was running, like, I blew this. I was like, I made a critical error. Then they don't score. Then they get a double play in the next play. They're out of the inning. Wake Forest gets a run, game over.
Wake Forest wins 3-2, so they are now 2-0 in the CWS winners bracket all the way. LSU is still alive; they're 1-1 now. But also the first game yesterday, Tennessee knocks out Stanford. Stanford joins Virginia as teams out now of the CWS 0-2. Tennessee's first win since 2001 in the CWS yesterday. But LSU, of course,
Tennessee's first
let me
win
tell you
since
what,
01.
that's
Really?
their first win in the series since 01. I was in Omaha yesterday, and I got to see. We were at the Blur Parties event, which is a great time at the Hilton Hotel. We're there from 10 to 6. They're open. They're there from 10:30 till midnight, and the same staff is there all day. I talked to them. They're there setting up at like 7:30 a.m.
Oh boy!
And they said the staff was there till midnight, and they go out and get drinks until like 1 or 2. Like they were just badasses up here at the Blur Parties event.
Oh yeah, then they're making money.
Making money. But I'm telling you, and you would expect this. You hear this all the time, but LSU owns the city of Omaha. It is ridiculous the amount of purple and gold you see just flocking the cities. They love the event. They love the city. They love the event. And although our tailgate had a lot of Wake Forest people, I mean, if you just do a walk around anywhere by the stadium, it is pretty much all purple and gold. A lot of purple and gold.
That's why you need them to win.
I know. I was rooting for them last. I wanted them to win last night.
The whole state's we want LSU there, and we make a running there.
I like the story.
Regal.
I mean, this is still Wake Forest's first time there since 1954, I believe. So it's a great story for them as the number one team in the country to be proving they deserve that ranking by being now 2-0 in the CWS. But for the sake of Omaha and the excitement that LSU brings, you want them to go as far as they can.
I'm gonna do a little research on Wake.
You should. You get great pitching. Great.
Is that
pitching.
what it is?
Oh yeah, great pitching.
And another interesting play that happened during the game, which put LSU in the spot that they were in to be ahead, was an error by the outfielder in left field, and the sun was horrible, right in his eyes, and they hit a line drive that he lost in the sun.
Yeah,
it was a line drive shot of it. It's almost like right at his head, a little bit, it's slightly over, but he charged a couple steps. And so they had the announcers talking about it, about what you do with your glasses.
What'd they say?
He had the glasses. Remember the old flip glasses?
Yeah.
That didn't have that. He had the glasses on top of his head, and they were upside down. So it'd been impossible to get.
What the hell was he wearing?
It'd been impossible to get those onto your head. So he was talking about that in that situation, you're supposed to have your glasses on like this,
like that,
and you're watching the game like this. The ball's hit to you, boom, boom, like this, and you slide them up.
They go up.
It was interesting.
Sense. Listen to Coach.
It was really interesting. It was going through the whole. I go. That makes sense. I remember the old flip glasses. Everyone had the flip glasses. Boom, boom.
Yeah, those were sweet.
They were sweet. Everyone wanted those.
Yes.
You wanted to be able to have a fly ball and just go. Boom.
I'll tell you what, though, as a former Legion player and a great athlete, in Columbus,
he laughed himself. He laughed. He laughed.
The line drive
6'1", 140.
Incredible.
I am 5'8".
There's no way we go to 5. We get the photos. There's no way you go 5'8".
I'm a little over 5'8". Okay,
Bella, we're gonna.
I'm not
measure
5'6".
simple. We're gonna measure.
Bella, I'm
simple.
not 5'6". Now here's the deal: line drives with the sun were horrifying. Fly balls though, no problem. They get above the sun.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was not an issue.
This was a
line drive.
Drive right in the sun.
Oh boy!
And then they just show him for
terrifying because you think the ball's going to hit you.
They show him for the rest of the game, for the rest of that inning. And next inning, he's just standing like this with his glove up, for the whole time.
He's spooked, man. He is spooked.
And imagine when he had to run back out there, he's just like, "Oh God,
oh
God!" And they end up winning.
Hit to me again.
I mean, that
right. Don't hit it to me again.
Yeah, please don't.
You don't want your defensive players. You don't want your defensive players out there saying, "Please don't hit it to me."
Yeah, don't hit it.
That's not what you want.
Because pretty much when you played at all levels of baseball in small town, there was always someone out there. You're playing like, don't hit it to him. No. Don't hit it to Timmy. Please don't hit it to him.
No, it's going right at him.
That's not good.
And there it is.
And there it is. Yeah.
The
ball gets hit. And you're like, "Oh, this is not good." There's no chance he makes his play. He's in right field.
Yep. Every time. He's in right field.
He's the right field. You're like, "Oh God, please don't."
And if he makes the play, you react like Willie Mays.
You do. Oh, Timmy.
Like he caught it over his shoulder.
Exactly.
No, he just made a play.
He hit a layup fly ball to him. He made the play, or it just didn't go all the way to the fence.
Right.
Okay,
it
it didn't go all the way to the fence.
Good job. Just get it to the infield.
Timmy would be the guy that if it was like in you're like an 8th grade or not 8th grade, but like 7, 8 years old, little league, that would have the hat on top of his head, just out there standing with the hat on top of his head, and his mom's over there is like looking like, God, come on, Timmy, just put the glove on, just put it on. And you're praying when he gets up, they're like, oh, throw him 4 balls. Throw him 4 balls. He's never hit a ball. He's never hit a ball.
He doesn't swing the bat.
Cheer like crazy if he walks.
Oh, you did just go.
If he walks.
It was just
Good job.
good job. Good eye. Good eye. Make him come to you. Make him come to you, Timmy. He
Now he has to run the base.
No, he's telling him to squat too. Hey, squat down. Lower the strike zone. Yeah.
All right. That is
Thank
some
you.
idle chit chat.
And by the way, just
Don't you have something?
yeah,
from the airport?
I do.
Airport
Do you have an
story.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, airport stories are good.
Those are always good.
Okay, so this is Sunday night. By the way, I get back to Omaha like at 2 a.m. because it was the
Right.
longest flight ever, and it was delayed forever. That's the way it was. So, but I'm in the Salt Lake City airport. They've just kind of remodeled.
They've
this.
redone it. Yes.
It looks beautiful. It's a beautiful airport.
Is it
They've done a
beautiful?
nice job. We're in one wing though. We got a 2-hour wait because we're in the airport. The flight got delayed as we get there, so we can't leave the airport.
What was the
It
delay for? Just weather?
mechanical stuff with the plane? But
Mechanical.
there was no smoke in the cockpit like your plane,
Yeah,
so everything was
yes.
fine.
It wasn't copper wire.
This is a human decency story here. I'm curious here. There is now in the A wing of the food court at the Salt Lake City Airport a piano. A piano exists there. I get over there and someone's playing the piano. I thought, oh, this is a hired person. They just have a hired hand to play the piano at the Salt Lake City Airport because it sounds beautiful. It's very tame. It's comforting.
Mhm.
That person leaves after 2 songs. I said, okay, what's going on? Here comes some jabroni in here
Oh boy.
that wants to, it's like, hey, how y'all doing out there? Like, oh God, okay, sir,
So-
this is an airport.
So he turns into an
He turns it into his own concert, and we're like, what in the
2
hell?
hours. 2 hours.
He was there for like 40 minutes.
It's-
40
That's a
minutes.
good airport
and,
story.
and you know he's playing like he starts off playing like the Fray, How to Save a Life, and it sounds okay.
I'm sorry. What's
How to Save a Life by the Fray. It was a nice sound.
Okay.
I thought he just played the piano version. No, he's gonna sing the song.
Oh yeah.
And he
boy.
gets into it like, how to save a life. I'm like, whoa.
And
All
you're
right,
stuck
buddy.
there. And you're
And,
stuck.
well, I could leave. I could leave the wing if I wanted to, but I'm in a very comfortable seat here.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good.
This is a good one.
Yeah.
And so,
This is a good one.
so he gets to
This is
clap,
a good one.
and then he starts playing songs like, I can't hear you out there.
Oh,
I can't
God.
hear you because it's an airport. This is
Right.
not a concert
Yeah.
venue. We're here to relax right now.
If you would have
I get
if you would have had one side and then the other side going, like that would have been the best.
He seriously said, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
I
What
need
time?
some noise.
What time?
This is at 9 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
There's
know.
a reason you can't hear anybody.
Is there
So
any?
he plays the second song. Here comes Drops of Jupiter by Trey.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
good
Okay,
sound starting off.
yeah.
But then he starts yelling again.
Yeah.
He starts like belting. I'm like, sir.
He could play Drops of Jupiter.
And the problem was that there were some people egging him on, saying, yeah, keep going, man.
There you go.
And I'm like, I'm facing
Yeah.
the other direction. I'm like, is this ever going to stop?
What did
Yeah.
Elizabeth think?
Yeah. Was she even there?
She was there.
Okay.
She said,
I think she was more laughing than she was upset about it. She's like,
Okay.
because you could tell I was getting like upset, like annoyed.
We're,
Because it's been a long day. I'm ready to fly home, and now I got this idiot in the airport that's taking on the
Now, hold on.
piano, which should be used only for nice, gentle songs like
This
the
is-
first gal.
now hold
But
on.
here comes the dude to make it a concert for himself.
Hold on now. Was there? I mean, is there any part of you that said, "Let's just go with this and be entertained"?
I was off the bat. Yes, yeah. I said, okay, this is cool. Let's see how this guy does. I was hoping he would just play the piano version of the song, not sing it. Then I hear he's singing. Okay, fine. But when he starts belting, I mean, he is literally belting. If you're walking by from
Yeah.
one part of the,
Yeah.
you're like, what the hell's going on over there? Is
That
someone
would be
actually having a
annoying.
concert?
Now,
Yes,
now
it was a concert.
It would have ended up in a epic state, as you know. If all of a sudden he got on a plane, he sat right next to Jake.
Yep.
He was
Hey,
sitting right
how'd you
next
like
to
this?
Jake.
How'd you
Hey,
like
what'd you
my
think of
concert?
that set? What'd you think of that last set I
That was
just
great.
did? Yeah.
It was great. Now hold on. Was there a good song? Was there any ones that
Well,
you?
I thought he played the piano okay. Then he got sloppy, and they got like really like he's missing keys like
Yeah.
left and right, and he's still belting, and I can tell he's just trying to piss people off now at this point. And finally, he leaves.
Old guy,
And-
young
no,
guy.
this is probably a guy in his mid to upper 30s, I would guess.
Okay,
But when he left,
No.
that is fascinating. I've never seen that.
the piano is meant to be peaceful, not one that gets y'all fired up in a bad way.
I would, if I were the airport authority, I would consider not having a piano
Well,
in the
It's a social experiment. I'll tell you that much. And the first part, again, the first gal, wonderful, very, 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 very talented. I thought she was a hired hand, and she was just a person at the airport waiting for her flight.
Bill's Thrills one day was devoted to learn the piano.
Teach your kids.
So you would appreciate the first.
Teach your kids to play the piano, especially for your male children. Teach them to play the piano.
Male children,
so they can build out the airport.
Well, both I get that, but that is it's just the numbers are swung towards the female on the piano playing. General, that's kind of just kind of. My sister took piano lessons.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't.
You did.
That was.
But you should have.
I should have.
You should have.
I should have. No, didn't. There's always somebody on. But when somebody on the team can play the piano, it's really good. Yeah. But they always play good songs you can sing. But the whole thing is that what we're missing here is what did I talk about during that segment? Showmanship.
Right.
To be able to sit down, bang out one or two songs, and then you're out. That's it. If you walk into a Christmas party and you can nail one song, everybody's like, "Oh, wow!"
Dude.
Then you're just
when to leave.
Yes.
And he did not. I think after one song, okay, we can say, okay, you belted it, great, you had your moment, go on. It's when he did 3 or 4 songs, like brother,
and started exhorting.
Come
the
on,
crowd.
man.
Did he put a tip jar up?
I didn't look back. I was too annoyed to look back at this point.
I don't know. That's a tough one. I'd have to think more about this. In some ways, it's appealing. Like the guy was just trying to entertain people at the airport.
He was saying, "I can't hear you." It's an airport. It's an airport food court.
At 9 o'clock, and your flight's been delayed for 2 hours.
Seriously?
So you're like, "Going, this is not good."
I don't want to hear anything right now, sir.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you. I'm leaning your direction.
You would have been so annoyed.
Yeah, I'm leaning.
You would have just picked up your bag, walked to a different part of the airport, and said, "I'm fine. I'm not hanging out here."
I'm leaning your direction on this.
You should have jumped in next and just started playing chopsticks. Hey,
okay, let me help you out. Let me help out. I got this covered. So there's the airport story.
Can't everybody play "Smoke on the Water" on the piano?
Let's do it.
Everybody's it's easy to do.
You should be able to do that.
Yeah.
You could butcher that pretty badly.
It's hard. Actually, Jake, it's hard to butcher it.
Yeah. You got to find the right key.
They're right there.
They're right there in front of you.
Okay, all right. I trust you.
But that's it. That's the only thing I can play. God, that's interesting. Now I will say this. That was interesting. I've never seen that in my years.
I wish I hadn't, but I did. Unless the first gal kept playing, I'd say, yeah, carry on. Yeah. Great. Wonderful.
You are usually a party animal.
Yeah.
When I've had my trips done and it's late at night, I want to go home. I don't need to hear the guy.
You had the blur party. You had all this stuff.
I got the blur party the next day. Yeah. I want that party. Yeah. I don't want airport jabroni party trying to make a concert for himself. And only 4 people in the whole place were happy to hear.
Maybe his name was Airport Jabroni.
I don't know how much I would have.
That's what he goes.
People
by.
Understand how much I'd have enjoyed being there, watching Jake just slowly fuming.
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to see.
I'd love to egg it on to like that.
Play another one.
Play it louder. Let's everyone sing.
Sing along.
Everyone that's on United, join in. Southwest Airlines, let's hear you.
Jake, he knows your name. What if he knew your name?
Does.
Jake.
Yeah.
Come on.
Jake, let's hear it.
Come on up. I can't
from
hear
Lincoln.
You. The guy faced away from me. I can't hear you sing over there.
Yeah.
Airport Jabroni.
Airport Jabroni. That's his name. There's Extended Idle Chit Chat sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care. Call them today at 402-440-6297 for a free quote for a 2023 lawn fertilizer program.
Let's get to this.
So Sip pointed this out to me. Sip shot me a couple ideas yesterday. Thank you, Sip. As I was coming back.
Anything?
Bill had ideas too.
I sensed
he
stuff
said
in.
stuff.
Okay.
But
I'm sorry.
I called Sip to
fighting.
see, hey, what did you guys talk about? What did you guys not talk about? So that's why I called him. But Sam,
I'm not part of the it's okay.
We have phone calls. Bill.
Yeah, I'm not part of that.
Sam McEwen of the Omaha World Herald was writing this week regarding Nebraska's upcoming season. He was assessing the talent level, going through the most important players in the roster and exactly how much talent Nebraska has. And he said it would be a work of magic for Nebraska to win anywhere between 6 to 8 games this season. Is that how you guys feel? Is that how fans feel? 464-5685. He points out that last year, you had some talent and you still only won 4 games. This year, a lot of new faces, incoming players, a lot of, coming into a brand new team, a brand new coaching staff.
Brand new team. Not a brand new team.
Staff.
Yeah, definitely a brand new coaching staff.
But a lot of incoming players, newcomers. Is his point.
What Sam writes runs contrary to what Matt Rhule himself has said.
Okay.
Not that Rhule has projected a win total, but the way Rhule talks about his team indicates a high level of confidence. Everything from him saying our GPA was exceptionally high, over 3.0, which he said is unheard of when a coach leaves. Usually there's issues, right? And those issues include subpar grades. But in this case, the team, and he said, that's just indicative of a strong culture. Talent level, I mean, I think a lot of people look at this team, and a lot of people, including myself, by the way, look at it and say there's enough there to get to a bowl game. Work of magic? No, I don't. No. This team wasn't this. Maybe Sam was thinking about 2000 Riley's last year when they were getting blown out. Horrible games. Embarrassing. Halftime scores that you were like, okay, what am I even doing here in the second half? That wasn't the case last year. Nebraska ended by beating Iowa at Iowa. A lot of people want to portray the program as being in shambles. They like to try to do it, and then something will happen. Rhule will say, it's a good team. This was a strong culture. Look what they did in their very last game. And then it doesn't work. The narrative kind of goes away. No, I don't. And I'm not putting pressure on Rhule here, but I think it's a team that should get to a bowl. I think that's what the configuration I see isn't necessarily a 10-win team, but it's not a 3-win team. Magic? No, I don't see it being a work of magic. Bill?
Well, I would look at it. You always start internally first. But if you look externally, is that they have non-conference games of La Tech, Northern Illinois, and Colorado.
Schedule.
Last year, they were 3 of the most horrific teams in college football. They won like 5 games out of what would it be, 36.
Right.
That's about what they did. And so they have a horrific schedule. They play Northwestern, which I know beat Nebraska last year, but they won 1.
1-11.
The 1-11. So
Nebraska and 11.
You're not sitting there at Northwestern going like, well, we're on a heater here like that. And I know Fitz, I know. But so when you look from the outside, and also if you look back as I would look at, I think that Sip did a great job of talking about, if you just take, and again, remember, this is from a writer. This is not from the head coach or from anyone from the staff, but they've talked about the quarterback being an NFL player.
Yeah, they have.
That's from them. So if you have an NFL quarterback, your entire offensive line's back. Is back. All your running backs are back.
Mm-hmm.
You lost 1 major receiver and
Mm-hmm.
1 major tight end.
Mm-hmm.
So you're pretty locked up on offense. Then defense, you basically return buddy. And so, like I said, and we know that the defense played much better as things went down the road.
Mm-hmm.
And so those guys are all back to a lot of football time in them. So I just look at who's returning. And as Sip said, there's not a culture issue. There's not a work ethic. There's not a you don't see problems off the field.
No,
right?
good
You don't
point.
you see nothing off the field. You see no fractioning of the team where the team, you say, hey man, they're not together. I can just tell this.
So you didn't see that,
but you don't see it now either.
No, you don't.
You don't see that. So they have nothing on the field. They've done very well in school. We know they have some talent at spots. The offensive linemen, as we all know, the more you play together and the more time you've played, you play better. All the running backs are back. And they've talked about having Gabe Ervin back, being healthy again. I know he's back last year, but now he's back to healthy. So I don't understand where it's a magic act to get to 6. I've always said that. I've always said that before myself. I think it's a 7-8 win is where it's at.
Yeah, I think Jake agrees.
I mean,
I've said 6-7.
And I'm not going to predict it like game by game. But
no, I'm not.
In history, you're going to say, okay, that's where I think it's going to be. There'll probably be a couple times that didn't go as well as what you hoped. Sometimes it's going to go just the opposite. And so I think for those reasons, when you look at all the things we just discussed, that for it to be a complete magic act,
Is that what do you think, Jake?
I don't think it's magic at all. I mean, again, we saw this team, like you said, they were not getting blown out like they were in the Riley era. They were close in every game. Even Michigan, the game against a good team, they were hanging in that game.
Right.
They got beat by 17 points at the end, but Nebraska was hanging in that football game. The offense could not score in that game.
They lost by more than 17.
Well, whatever. It seemed closer than the
34-3. Okay. But it definitely was.
It felt close to that, right?
It absolutely
for most of the game.
It wasn't a classic blowout. Wisconsin game should have won the game.
You should have won the game. They allowed it. There's this unfortunate offense in that game for Nebraska.
Well, yeah. So you got your punter back, an all Big Ten level punter,
kickers back.
Right.
And they've added to that spot. You've lost your long snapper. I'm sure the new long snapper is fabulous, but I'm saying they did lose a very good long snappers in with Brady Weiss and Piper, but having both those lost, but they've replaced them, so they're going to be fine in those spots. And they've added in several new people too, people that have played in college games that have been added to the roster from that time to be able to add into that. So I think things will it will be in a very positive spin for Nebraska. And again, I go back to the schedule.
The schedule.
That is not a juggernaut of a schedule by any stretch of the imagination.
No, it's pretty manageable by Big Ten standards. Now, I would agree with Sam that if Sims would go down, Jeff, the quarterback would go down early in the season, then I guess it would require. I'm even hesitant to say it. If with Sims goes down a magic act, I guess it would. It'd be a lot harder
to a certain extent.
Yeah, it'd be a lot harder. I mean, what you hope if you're a Nebraska fan is that Chubba Purdy made a lot of gains in the off season and just is more well prepared than he was last year. I kind of put it on whip a little bit with Chubba, a little bit. That I didn't think he didn't look like a well prepared quarterback. So, it would be difficult if the big horse went down at quarterback.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
but we don't need to talk. I don't want to get into that. But look at on defense, who's back? Ty Robinson back. Luke Reimer back. Henrik back. Isaac Gifford back. Quentin Newsom back. Malcolm Hartzog back. Miles Farmer back. Omar Brown back. You have a lot of, and I didn't get everybody. There's a lot of experience back. Now they're a little light up front. That's the area where when people ask me, say, come on, Sip, what do you think? I like it, but I'm a little concerned about just they're a little light, not light in terms of weight, just a little light in terms of people up front.
Yeah, you don't have quite the numbers. That's what separates all the teams. That's why Ohio State and Michigan, and that's why they're different right now. I said it like 400 times. It's like the big bodies. The big bodies.
Michigan's got big bodies.
I'll tell you something that was very interesting about the league was I read a story on the top 20 producing revenue teams, athletic departments. I think Ohio State was 1, Michigan was like 3, and Penn State was 9. So in the Big Ten, of the top 20, like that, 3 of them are in your league. And so that counts all the SEC schools, everyone. It was, I mean, if I remember right, I think in the top 20, I think 6 or 7 of them were in the Big Ten. Nebraska was not one of them.
I wonder how much of that has to do with just having gigantic stadiums. Revenue.
I don't know the revenue part of it well enough. Obviously, everyone has a certain TV deals they have, and that things are above and beyond. But so I really don't know exactly what it does that creates the revenue number for. But it was impressive to see. It's like, okay, it kind of falls in line with everything else that they have going on.
Yes, it does.
They're also making the money.
Yeah, Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State would be your top 3 in the Big Ten right now, in that order. In that order, Michigan, who was the writer for On 3, told me that Michigan's second team right now, their second unit, could fare well in the Big Ten. Their second unit.
Yeah, Jimbo. Yeah, the real Jimbo.
Yeah.
What do you mean the real Jimbo?
He's the one winning right now. He's the one who's got a team that's in the potentially.
There's one Jimbo. Yeah. And he coaches at Texas A&M. Jake.
If they had to fight for Jimbo, Jim Harbaugh would win that right now.
He's absolutely
winning. Right, Bill.
If they could switch out right now,
if they played on neutral, would you take Michigan?
Absolutely.
I guess I would.
Yeah, yeah. So and right now, if if A&M just said, "Hey, can we trade gyms?" They'd trade gyms
Yeah,
right
they
now.
would. No.
Well,
And Michigan would say, no
No,
way.
no, there's
Michigan
only
would say
one
no,
Jimbo.
and they'd say one.
There's one Jim.
Yeah,
You call him Jimmy then. Jim
Yeah.
Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
yeah.
I like Jim too. I mean, I really, I like Harbaugh.
I know you love Harbaugh.
Yeah.
I know you do. I know you do.
So I still think it's going to be a very positive outcome and season for that reason. For
Bowl
Nebraska.
game.
I think
Are we going to a bowl game, Jake?
Yes.
The bowl game's easy. I said that'll be easy. It'll be it's be whether we win 7 or 9.
Okay.
And I say we Nebraska.
Not an act of magic.
Yeah.
Not.
That's just our opinion.
That's right. When we come back, interesting story in MLB. A player is turning down the Hall of Fame
That's amazing.
because he doesn't think he's worthy of it. We'll discuss that next on Early Break on the Ticket.
It's an amazing.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Brian at Midnick, and we've been proudly serving clients in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open a second location in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com, member FDIC.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Need service on your home air conditioner? No matter what brand you have, just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and our big summer sales event is underway this month. Right now, get 0.9% interest rates. Yes, you heard right. 0.9% APR on select new Chevrolet and GMC vehicles, plus a $1,500 trade-in bonus on select Silverados and Eras. You put all that together with some big Coppell discounts, and you have a tremendous buying experience. Come into the dealership or check us online at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did. Credit.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. There are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? Oh, big. The Southern Pecan Cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today, located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors in the restaurant.
93.7 KFXL West Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Shaping up to be another hot summer-like day as we'll see a high of around 95. Southeast winds will try to cool you down some, gusting 20 to 25 this afternoon. Tonight will drop down to a low of around 66. We will keep the heat in place tomorrow for your Wednesday. Partly sunny with a high of 93. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jake.
Simple, you are an idiot.
Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We will get to David Freese in a second. You want one
One
last on the
last
magic
thing,
the magic situation?
Yeah, on whether it would require active magic for Nebraska to get to a bowl game. Keep in mind the things that Rhule has said. Rhule has said, for instance, I think it was at the speech at the Embassy Suites this summer where there's 750 people there. He said this is not a Temple Baylor situation. Those places started off bad under his watch. He walked into an utter mess at Baylor. I'm not familiar with exactly what he walked into at Temple, but it wasn't good, and he won 1 or 2 games to start off at Temple. They started off poorly at Baylor, but he has said this is not Temple Baylor. He told the campers, he was at a camp, he's run camps over there this month, told the campers at one point, there's, Nebraska players work the camp it seems like the whole roster works it. There's a lot of guys working a camp. And he told the campers, look, there's NFL players here. Ask them questions. He hasn't assumed, Matt Rhule has not assumed this posture of this is going to take a while. I think it'll take a while for him to get to the program where he exactly wants it in his, the way he envisions his own program. I think that could take a few years, but it doesn't mean they have to. This is a Temple Baylor type run up.
And there's no woe is me from Matt Rhule.
No, Rhule is
tamping down expectations.
From the start, I've been very impressed by Rhule and his entire staff that they will say things like, man, there's a lot of length and talent on this team. They're impressed with what they inherited. So
didn't he also with a player that was on the team last year, who obviously I know well, and I see why the positive things are coming his way. But didn't he talk about John Bullock's too? Sip?
John Bullock was a guy that, he mentioned Bullock as a potential NFL player. Bullock, who has just been a special teams player, hasn't played. Now he's going to be part of the rotation at linebacker. He's going to play. It's possible John Bullock would start. So you've injected some, I call that an injection of talent because he wasn't really part of the fray in previous years, but he's worked his way into a prominent role.
So there's people on the team is what you're getting.
Good players, yeah.
And they've added,
yeah. Elijah Judy, MJ Sherman. Those guys they're gonna play big parts. Corey Collier at safety. They've added, yeah. So I don't think you have to set a low bar. Now, it is a hot button topic, though, guys, because there are people that are listening right now going, oh, God, listen to Sipple putting pressure on Matt Rhule. I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm doing.
But Matt Rhule's not saying to slow down.
No.
Either. He's not saying, hey, easy, guys. Easy.
But I'm not going to pretend like he walked into a horrid situation either. I'm not going to do that. He doesn't. I don't think
if you had that, you would have a Colorado situation.
Yeah, yeah.
With all the transfers in the world,
yeah.
75 new players.
You didn't have a mass exodus of players.
No.
It's because the program, I keep saying it was not in shambles. It was not. The media likes to do that. They like to portray it that way. Certain elements of the media. It's just agenda-based reporting, I think. but it doesn't really match reality, as agendas often don't.
They don't. Saw this story over the weekend in Major League Baseball that I thought was worth discussing on the show when I was gone. But David Freese, you might know the name. David Freese was a St. Louis Cardinals legend back in 2011. He delivered a game-winning home run in Game 6 against the Texas Rangers to get the Cardinals to Game 7, where they won, and they beat the Rangers in 7 games. So he has been a legend in the city because of his iconic home run and the way he played in general in that postseason by delivering the Cardinals a World Series.
World Series MVP, how many NLCS MVP.
Right.
Both MVPs.
Yeah,
how long did he play for?
He was there for, I don't have the amount of years, but he was there for many years. Okay. He declined an induction into the team's Hall of Fame over the weekend. He says, "This is something I have given an extreme amount of thought to, humbly, even before the voting process began. I am aware of the impact I had helping the team bring great memories to the city I grew up in, including the 11th championship, but this honor means more to me. I look at who I was during my tenure, and that weighs heavily on me. The Cardinals and the entire city have always had my back in every way. I'm forever grateful to be part of such an amazing organization and fan base then, now, and in the future. I'm especially sorry to the fans that took the time to cast their votes." But he's declining an induction into the St. Louis Cardinals Hall of Fame willingly.
Overthinking it. He's just overthinking this. This is, come on, David. All they want to do is put your plaque up somewhere in the stadium, have you come to the stadium, be honored for 20 minutes. It's not, come on, just do it and then leave.
Your own team.
NLCS MVP, World Series MVP. Yeah, this is not the MLB Baseball Hall of Fame.
Right.
It is the St. Louis Cardinals specifically.
Just go through the motions for a half hour and let them do it. It'll be
I'd have
fun.
a hard time. There's somebody that's not in the Cardinals Hall of Fame that's like upset. Like, how's he getting in?
No.
They're like, no, he actually did that. And he just, the one piece he did was, now, if he only played for him for 1 year, and he had that one, if he had the one,
check it out.
Or also he only hit 4 home runs and one of them was the win. Okay, that's a lot, but I doubt that's it.
He was the NLCS MVP and the World Series MVP.
Yes. Yes,
I mean,
he was.
Jason Isringhausen's in the Cardinals Hall of Fame.
As a relief.
Yeah. I mean, come on. You can.
David Freese was with the Cardinals for 5 seasons.
Just play. And he's a St. Louis guy. He grew up in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Just play the game.
Now, I do think that
play the game.
I think there is some where people will be like, okay, this guy is just so humble. So I think his likability somewhat goes up.
Well, I don't know. I think it's haughty.
Yeah. But I'm with you on that. I agree. It's just like if I'm his wife, I'm like, hey,
they just want to honor you,
get
man.
the picture.
Come on,
get the picture. Put the plaque up.
Yeah, be with your guys.
Be with the guys like that. And you can easily say during your acceptance speech how honored at that. There have been many before me that have done great things. This is an honor, and also I was voted in.
By the fans.
You just crapped on the fans.
When the fans, yeah.
You just took a big crap on your own fans.
That's a little strong, but okay.
Little
we want you to be in the Hall of Fame. I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't deserve it. I don't want it.
What he should have done is not allow his name to be on the ballot. I mean, I could see that. Just don't, hey, guy, tell the front office or whoever's the organizers, say, hey, just don't put my name on the ballot. He allowed his name to be on the ballot. They voted him in. And he said, nah, I just don't think.
Because you had to know once we're on the ballot, it's like, do you have a chance? Yeah, I did a lot of good things here. Basically, kind of won him a World Series. Yeah, that's a big deal.
NLCS and World Series
He's
MVP.
from St. Louis.
Take
from
the honor.
St. Louis, from the area.
He just turned it down.
Yeah.
Now, in his 5 years in St. Louis, he was an all-star the next season. So 2012, he was an all-star. Stats weren't incredible. In the year he won MVP with the World Series, he was 10 home runs, 55 RBIs. The next year, the all-star year, 20 home runs, 79 RBIs. He never had a year after that as good ever in his career. So, again, never the gaudy stats. But, dude, you won a World Series. Your home run in Game 6 made Game 7 possible. And you won.
And just remember, him making the Hall of Fame with the St. Louis Cardinals would not make news anywhere. It would not even be talked about.
Nope.
It'd be like one day in St. Louis. Nobody else.
One day in St. Louis.
Nobody else. The Royals are like, hey, did you guys see Freese made it in? No, I'm not saying a word. They have no interest in it. Now it's a national story.
Yep.
And now he made it a national story.
Just
because
take
of
the
that.
lifetime pass to the park.
Yeah.
I mean,
Get the
God
pass.
almighty.
You got a plaque.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Accept
not
the plaque.
He
Yeah.
probably occasionally gets called into the booth, maybe if he's at the game. Hey,
Yeah.
come up and talk to us between the 6th and 7th inning. See what's going
Cardinals
on.
Hall of
He
Famer.
overthought it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, before we get to break, a text says this, though. I'm a huge Cardinals fan.
Okay.
He is not a Cardinals Hall of Famer. He was good and had a great postseason one year. I respect what he did in this. Good for him.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. I do appreciate that they're putting in Jose Aquindo too. I was
Great
believe it
ball.
or not,
Yeah.
I was a Jose Aquindo fan.
He's a long time, like third base,
Second
coach?
base. Well, he might have played some third, but I remember.
No,
him
I'm
as-
saying a coach. I think he's third
Oh.
base coach also
yeah.
with the organization.
Played
He's been there
second
forever.
base. Played second base. And we go to Cardinals games because my brothers both went to school in St. Louis, so I'd go there a lot. We go to a lot of Cardinals games, and I liked Oquendo, so I'm glad to see him
Oquendo.
go. Yeah, Oquendo.
Looks like Oquendo. It's Oquendo, but
Oquendo.
But
Oquendo.
I guess to each their own. David
that?
Freese does not want the Hall of Fame. We would say,
God bless him.
We would say collectively, take the honor, man. Take, like you said, take
Just
the
go in
lifetime.
and do it.
Yes.
Do it. Just
You
play
have,
the
a
little
chance,
game.
you have a chance to say that also like that this is a great honor, whether I'm worthy of this or
Yes,
you can
exactly.
still say like that. And I don't think there's people walking by him in the hallway that's not in the Cardinals Hall of Fame giving him one of these. What's your deal? You know, how you in there? I don't think that's the deal. Plus, they have a system to vote on it, right? So follow the system.
Yeah. Fans voted you in.
Or don't let the fans vote.
Right.
Now,
Don't get your name on the ballot.
Yeah. Easy as that. Easy as that. So David Freese
Interesting story though. You seldom hear a guy decline a Hall of
in
Fame
his home
induction.
city. In his home city.
Home city.
I'm from here. I have this chance. Don't want it. Not worthy of it.
If Columbus High wanted to put me in, I wouldn't say no.
What time you want me
I say,
there?
when's the ceremony?
Yeah.
And what are we gonna do here?
Would Jake induct you? Would Jake
I think
introduce
he'd
you?
induct me.
He'd be so good at it.
He would be good at it.
Oh, he'd be so
Attention,
good.
Jake would
please.
be good.
Attention, please.
Thing on.
Yes,
Attention, please.
You could do a little ditty on a piano about
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'd scream it too. I'd belt it. I can't hear you out there. Song of the day and Bill's Thrills next on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on The Ticket at theticketfm.com.
Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has things and nicks all over. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired your auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed, body shop, and service in one place. Today at auto.com. See what Renew do for you.
Upgrade your combine? Don't act now to choose from the widest selection of used combines at Acres Equipment. Acres, the nation's largest John Deere combine dealer, is offering 2.9% interest for 60 months on over 100 pre-owned combines. Go to acres.com to view a huge inventory of low-hour, late-model John Deere combines. Find what you like, and we'll deliver it to your farm for free. Acres, solutions for every field.
Y'all feeling lucky? Combs here, and I have an exclusive opportunity for you to win $500,000 by joining me in the Living Lucky with Luke Combs lottery experience. When it rains, it pours for lucky fans and lottery players who enter to win a chance of a lifetime. Join me in Nashville for a private concert at the iconic Ryman Auditorium in 2024. One lucky winner will have the chance to walk away with $500,000 at the end of the show.
Details at nelottery.com. Living Lucky with Luke Combs ticket top prize odds 1 in 128,000.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Against Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Against Sports at 48th and Vine.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Are you working in or looking into the electric construction industry? The electrical workers of local are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices. They are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 4-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Tailored Life is now open in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, for both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, shrubs, vines, perennials, and colorful annuals. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese Beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're
No,
a big tough?
never feel like an
If
idiot.
you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
he stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's Jake's question song of the day on Early Break on
Once again, your song of the day. Salt Lake City by the Beach Boys from 1965. 464-5685. 1 is bad. 10 is good. Text your rating on the
sax solo. That may have saved it. That may have saved it. I think it saved
There's
it.
a story behind this.
All right.
Story behind. Obviously, I was in Salt Lake City
Yeah.
for 2 days.
Yeah, you were in Salt Lake
I was
City.
walking through this area of downtown, and this song starts playing. I said, "What's going on?" And they have a fountain show.
I bet you said, "What's
they have,
going
They have
on?"
a fountain show like,
Yeah.
at the top of every hour that goes for a few minutes. That dances like the fountains dance to that song.
Is that right?
So like, I'll bring it up. It's the Beach Boys. Why not? No one's ever heard the song in their entire
No, they
life.
sure haven't.
No. So hey, it's questionable song of the day for a reason.
It is questionable.
There's a theme to it, and now you guys can rate it however you want to.
Why did they write a song about Salt Lake City?
I don't
in the
know.
60s.
There's no beaches. There's nothing.
1965.
Just it's very random. It strikes me as very random.
It's questionable.
I think it's random. I've never heard it. The sax solo.
The sax sort of saved it for
Yeah,
me.
it's kind of funny.
It went
it's a
from
pretty
it,
funny
I
song.
was thinking ones, like once.
But you got to think about the questionable part of it.
Yeah, then
It's not always
I'll
hit of
think
the
about.
day.
You explained it pretty well that they play it, so it's up to 2. The Sacs probably got it to 4.
Okay,
so I'm in the 4s. Creativity's pretty good too,
Thank
so
you.
I'll get high 4s.
All right.
4991.
Thank you for that process, by the way,
Yeah.
to working it up to score.
It was it's interesting that they do that. It's interesting to me that the Beach Boys wrote a song about Salt Lake City with bad words.
They'd never been, if you look it up, they'd
the
never been there
skiing's
before.
great in Salt Lake City. Oh, thank you.
They wrote the song. They'd never been to Salt Lake City when they wrote the song.
Oh, okay.
This is if you research it. I thought it was
Really?
hilarious. It's kind of a
They've
funny
never
song.
been. They've never
Yeah,
been there.
They had never been there when they wrote that song. Bill, you were laughing.
That is-
I got to laugh at a Bill.
I
which is
laughed
my
at that.
goal.
I
was hoping you guys would laugh.
It was
at
almost
It was pretty
hysterical.
funny.
It's
Yeah.
almost hysterical.
Bill's reaction was hilarious.
His sax
He
solo
played the
was
sax.
was insane.
That was really good.
And it just and I'm thinking I'm like, okay, we got a Beach Boys song here that I've never heard in my life, and I lived in Salt Lake City and in Utah for a big part of my life. I've never heard it one time, and I could see the Beach Boys singing it, and I bet they looked happy.
They did.
Oh,
yeah.
I bet they
always
were
did,
happy
yeah.
when they were singing that. So I was, that was just a. I'm going to give it a 6.011 just out of creativity. How you found that?
Yeah.
And the sax solo.
And the sax. It was a 4, and then the sax solo, and it came out of nowhere. It came, and it was just
no
by
lead up
itself.
to that at all.
And also there's a sax solo, so I'm giving it a 6.0001.
Yeah, I want to tell if you were not watching that on the video stream, I hope you go back and watch Bill's interpretation of the sax.
That was beautiful.
Yeah,
That was beautiful.
Bill's sax solo
Yeah.
is worth
He plays
the
a mean
replay.
sax.
Oh, that was great.
Bill plays a mean sax.
That was
Came out
impressive.
of nowhere.
That
Yes.
made me laugh. The sax
I
solo.
wonder if their mindset was, we got to throw something in here. This song's
Yeah.
pretty flat.
Yeah, all of a sudden you switch. I don't know.
God,
Who
just-
who has a saxophone?
Yeah.
Who has a saxophone?
Yeah, can we put a sax solo in?
Just run it in.
Just something.
Just
I thought when they got done making that record, like, all right, I feel good about that. Is there been in Salt Lake City? No, no idea what's going on there.
Never been there before.
No.
That's interesting, though. Good job by you,
thank
Jake,
you.
for noticing it
Yeah.
and then saying, "I'm going to
said
make
this
this." a
sounds
song."
like
I am so impressed with Jake on this song for picking
Thank
this
you.
song out. I really am.
I knew you guys, even though Bill had a better chance because he's been there before. You guys have probably never heard that
No,
song.
never
ever.
heard it. I was utterly amazed that they wrote a song about Salt Lake
Yeah,
City.
they sure did. They sure did.
Seems random to me.
Let me play the legal ID before we get to some ratings real quick. Hang on 1 second.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
So quick ratings before we get to Bill's Thrills. They're not good. They're not good at all. They're not good. 4.1, -5. Jennifer 5, hubby a 6. Henry says 1. Guilt Nerd says you could have done better for your return. No, I was trying to do a specific song. Tomorrow I'll bring back the A game. I had to bring
70s.
Yeah, 70s
I'm
tomorrow.
not. Yeah, I think
This-
that was
this was-
interesting.
this was
I thought you did a great job of it's questionable song of the day.
It is. And that was extremely,
It's not
extremely
top 10
questionable.
song of the day.
No, it's not.
Number 1 hits ever song of the day.
Wow.
Duke for governor on the text line.
Really?
Somebody-
Duke for governor.
Duke for governor. Yeah, Duke for governor says 9.
9.
9.5 from next person. Harper's dad down to a 2.
Yeah.
Someone says WTF was that? That's a 1.1 out of 10.
Yeah.
Who in Columbus? Almost said it. Bird 4. 4 from Bird in Columbus. 7.2. Corey in Lincoln says 2. He says maybe the single worst Beach Boys song ever made. Well, it had to be something.
Yeah, and he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Sanderson says Jesus 2.8.
Sanderson with the great hair.
6.5 pecan
Jesus.
pie.
Anything with beef taco?
I don't see beef tacos.
What
There's a
about the
lot-
household? What about the household?
I sent Jennifer.
Yeah.
Hubby.
Oh, you did?
A
Well,
lot
Jennifer's
of a lot
5,
of people
Hubby a 6.
when you were gone, Jake. A lot of people text in that we'd never heard of, and they always say, "Yeah, Jake won't read my text."
That's not true.
That's like
Someone says Jake hates me on the text line.
Yes, yes.
That's their name. 10
Yeah.
for being unexpected.
10 for being unexpected.
Yeah,
Okay.
Thank you. All right, let's get to Bill's Thrills.
Oh, yes.
Right now,
This is fun.
here we go.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom
Yes.
bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
We need it to grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him but he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Well, we know that Tuesdays on Bill's Thrills are bugaboos. So, Bill, the floor is yours. Ready for that flip. Ready for
Things
that flip.
that bother me.
Things
He's got that bot.
This
He's
is a
got
concern.
that
I've
face.
spent a lot of time outside because I don't have a job. So I've been outside a lot doing some things and been around, and I love being outside. And there's something that I see new, old, everywhere. Something that's going on.
And
I think
there's the flip.
The missing element of fabric dehydration.
Okay.
The missing element of fabric dehydration.
Huh.
The elimination of clotheslines from the family home.
There we go. Absolutely. There we
The
go.
elimination of clotheslines from the family homes.
This is interesting.
Every house had one. Every house growing up had a clothesline.
Yep.
That's where clothes
Absolutely.
were dried. Everyone had one. I'm installing one this summer. We're putting one up.
Bring
Absolutely.
it back.
Because
Roll it
first
back.
of all, we have stuff hanging all around our house all the time that we're drying. That's just hanging
Take it
like
outside.
it's going outside. The crisp and the freshness of air dried sheets.
God bless you, Bill.
It's just forget about the Febreze. You know what I'm saying, Bella? Forget about that. Get your stuff. I want you to think about
Hang
this.
outside.
You had the old school T-bar. The T-bar
Yes,
was the T-bar.
we had two of them.
Yeah, the
We had to
T-bar.
have two of them.
Yeah, I did too. Thanks. Otherwise, there's a line in the ground. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that.
Yeah, I had to have two of them.
Grass
That's right.
stains.
Sorry.
So you had the T-bar, and that'd be like a metal wire that was between that. Remember this one too?
Plastic.
Do not hang on the
That and careful playing football.
football.
You'll hang yourself.
You'll hang yourself. Like
Yeah.
You'll run right into it.
Yeah,
and
or
also-
you run into a T-bar.
And also, it's like age whatever 5 to 6, you just hang on it, and then that would you just get your dad
The line.
would lose.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So then you had the octagon. The octagon was the one you could spin. The wife could go out, whoever was doing the laundry could put the stuff up, boom, and you just
I never saw that one.
Yeah, and it would spin. It was an octagon one.
I never
and
saw
you
that
could, so you just stood there. There was no walking down
Right.
the line. You just spun it, and then you were able to go. Then you had another one in tight situations. You had the retractable. You had the retractable
Did you
clothesline.
really?
Yeah,
Did you?
you could have it where you pulled them out. You pulled the
That's
clothesline out, the
right.
retractable one. You could pull it out and you need to hook it on something.
Yeah.
And then to save space, you took it back down
Right.
when it was time. So you had the retractable one. Then there was always a bag of pins.
Yes, there
A bag of pins.
Clothesline pins.
that
Wooden.
hung.
Wooden.
That's right there.
Wooden.
Wooden. That's right there.
Wooden pins.
Yes, wooden
Guys,
pins.
those wooden pins, you could
Yeah,
pinch your
oh,
brother
yeah.
with it too.
Yeah.
And they were nasty
there's
pinches.
a bag of wooden pins that hung there. And then the old school, you talk about football. That was very common that the clothesline with the T-bars, that was the goalpost. So if you're going to practice kicking or something like that, it was clothesline.
100%.
The clothesline was
100. 100.
the missing element of fabric dehydration.
Bring back the clothesline.
Bring back.
Bill is installing one
Well,
this summer.
my mom hung clothes.
Yeah, and then just for fun stuff, I have a bonus story.
Oh,
Okay.
Yes.
So my dad had the T-bars, so all metal, everything.
So you had T-bars.
It is
We
all
had
metal.
T-bars.
This is him growing up. So now we're in the 40s for this, 1940s for this, and then they had a pet raccoon, Jojo,
Pet raccoon.
and they put Jojo on a leash, and they would put him on the clothesline so he could run up and down, so he had more space.
That's smart.
That he could run. So
That's smart.
Yeah, so it got you more space to run up and down. Yeah. And then my Uncle Tracy had a train set with a conductor on it, and he would hook the conductor up to the clothesline and run power through it. So it electrically would make JoJo dance. So he did it to make.
Come on.
So he put it on, and he made JoJo dance. and then the neighbor,
Bella's freaked out.
And the neighbor
It's
kid
okay,
came
Bella.
over and
okay.
JoJo bit him.
I bet he did.
Yeah, JoJo bit the neighbor, and that was the end. That was the end of the electricity experiment at the house. Grandpa put it in. That was like we're done with that. We're no longer going to put.
I don't know how you do this, but you do it every week.
JoJo dance.
You do it every
Yeah,
day
so
somehow.
JoJo-
I don't know how you do it,
Yeah.
but you do it every day, and it's incredible.
The elimination of clotheslines for the family home.
Bring back the clothesline.
Yeah.
Bill's bringing one back
You
himself.
don't see them anywhere. They
You
were
don't see
everywhere.
the T-bars.
Everyone had them. You don't see them anywhere. They
464-5685. If anybody has a T-bar,
yeah.
take a picture.
Take a
of it.
picture. Send us in the clothesline.
T-bar.
Remember the octagon? Remember the
My
retractable?
dad said he hasn't had an octagon in Deadwood growing up.
See, there you go.
Is that right? I
It would
can't
spin.
picture the octagon.
Oh yeah, you'd spin. You just then you'd spin it. Put yourself out there.
Octagon
So you would
spin.
take your clothes down, take the basket out, and you just emptied it, spun,
Well,
empty,
that's pretty
spun,
cool.
empty,
God,
spun.
I remember those
Better
wooden.
times.
I remember
The
those
wooden-
wooden.
Yeah.
What would you call them? Clothes
Clothespins.
Clothespins.
Clothespins. Yeah.
Clothespins.
Yeah. Wood.
Yeah, you could.
Oh yeah. It's all. And then you always put them on. You always had them on your
of
summaries all the time. You always watch like Edward Scissorhands. You do this.
And
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
Well,
Why? I
though?
don't know, but that's what
I
you
did.
did.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Dehydration.
Once again, great Bills Thrills.
That was
sponsored by
incredible.
Mid-Plains
job.
Advisors, Dirk Scott, and Tire Context for all your financial needs. Again, Bills Thrills, Bugaboo Tuesday. Bring back the clothesline.
Oh my God, that makes me happy.
Top of the hour next. Why is Nebraska not getting more players from Iowa over the last 20 plus years? We'll discuss that next on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticket.com.
Struggle with joint pain? There's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little downtime from our procedures. Results are remarkable. They've had 15 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Proud to be voted Best Vape Shop.
Generation V.
Is thrilled to announce our newest location is now open at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Explore the largest selection of vape, Delta 8, Kratom, all your favorite brands of disposables, e-liquid, and premium THCA flower.
Generation V.
We'll guide you through our extended collection to help you find the perfect fit.
Generation V.
With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, Seward, York, Kearney, and Beatrice. Visit our newest store now open at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E6 contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627. There's a lot of realtors again, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today, located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
Guys, it's that time again. Another 10-week challenge at Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is starting on July 8th. I joined Farrell's a little over a year ago, and with their help, I've lost over 125 pounds and can confidently say I'm in the best shape of my life. The 10-week challenge combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching in a way that is approachable and achievable for any skill level. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off the cost of enrollment. Head to theticketfm.com and click on the banner on the homepage to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 70th and Vine or 40th and Yankee Hill.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans, so I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Tuesday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2 sponsored by Midwest Bank, member FDIC, location in Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. New location coming to 70th and Pioneers by the end of the year. Midwest Bank, member FDIC. We've got some texts from the text line, Bill.
I got a photo too. Molly Ferg texted me a photo.
I'm sorry.
Molly Ferg from Pender.
Ferg.
And she talked about the clothesline that she uses, her neighbor's clothesline, which is Rhonda, also is a classmate of mine. It's the T-bar.
Yes.
They had the classic T-bar. Concerned about one thing. I appreciate the text, and it made me happy, which I text you back, Molly, but why are you not working on the alumni celebration this weekend right now instead of taking pictures
the biggest
of
party ever?
Yes, the biggest alumni
That's
weekend.
this weekend?
That's this weekend, yeah.
And you're missing the couple shows because
Thursday,
of this?
Friday.
Yes. Yes.
It's a big. Bill has a big role in this whole thing.
Yeah.
It's big.
Yeah, I'm the keynote speaker. Yeah.
Are you the keynote speaker?
His name was in the name was in the Pender Times. You see the picture?
It was a gigantic headline. It was like Kennedy's coming home.
There's not a lot going on in Pender.
It's a big
There's Saturday, and I expect to see a lot of breakers up there. Hope they do come up for the car cruise and the dance.
Car cruise,
dance. It's all posted. I'll have Jake put it on Twitter.
Okay.
On Twitter.
Like you were at Buck's Bar.
It's yes.
We saw Bill was at Buck's Bar this weekend.
I was getting around and about. Yeah. But Molly, I do appreciate the text in. And Molly, as I mentioned before, she's the big toe of the event.
She is.
Yeah, she's the big toe. She's running it.
Okay.
Yes, she is. She is Pender.
So she's
Molly Pender from now on out.
Molly Pender.
Molly Pender.
Of the T-bar that she uses.
Be a good fake name.
Yes.
Molly Pender.
Yes.
Hey, you
what'd you get from I'll go ahead.
She sent a very classic picture.
And you thought it looked exactly like you thought.
Like I thought. Just like I remember in our back.
Well, we got a comment from YouTube from Clean Cheap Shots is his name. He says Clean Cheap Shots. He had said when a storm would roll in, Mom would be yelling at my brother and I to get the clothes inside.
Yeah, exactly.
100
scramble mode.
Sudden squall.
Yeah,
go out and grab the clothes. Yeah.
Or then sometimes you used to do the old, let him be. This goes, let him just roll redrive.
You can do now.
Then you do now. Let's let him. Yeah. I hung stuff outside of our house yesterday.
Not on the line.
Not on the line. That's why we're installing the line. That's why
that's where the idea came from.
What's that?
That's where the idea came from. You were hanging. You thought, well, why don't we just get a line?
Yeah, when these don't exist anymore.
Right.
That was better times, Jake. Better
times.
The rain. That was a real thing.
I'm seeing
run out and get it.
Someone says their mom uses the clothesline every day in Bancroft. Still,
really
Bancroft.
Nice. Beautiful. Who's calling from Bancroft? Look forward to seeing
a name.
Look forward to seeing you this weekend.
Text line.
That's like 8 miles. That's 8 miles over.
Nobody's calling, Bill. It's a text line.
Yeah.
Look forward to seeing you this weekend.
We have people that are still saying that they use clotheslines, so they're not totally gone. There's not new ones being put in.
I don't see them anywhere. There's not been one put in the last 40 years. That's what I'm saying.
Put in. I don't see a lot. I don't see them. I don't see.
And so if there is, remember if you're seeing them and you're using them, outstanding.
There's people doing it.
Yeah.
There's people doing it.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Yeah. Revive the clothesline.
What was the headline again?
There's the flip again.
The missing element of fabric dehydration. The elimination of clotheslines for the family homes.
He's a very good headline writer. He really could have worked in the newspaper industry very easily.
could have. You could have been a good. No. The word thing though is a little problematic.
Yeah. Words get me. Were you livid or were you regal?
Text says this is gonna make you mad, but also make me happy at the same time.
Okay.
This is unnamed texter says, Bill, my wife and I are planning on digging up the T-bars. They are yours if you want them. So you can have them, but also keep them in.
Free?
Why would you take the T-bars out?
T-bars out.
I think there's a lesson here to step back. Yeah, unless they're like, why would you take them out?
Ridiculous.
I couldn't imagine.
It's an act of kindness, though.
Yeah.
It is an act of kindness.
Which I appreciate very much.
But he'd rather you keep them in the ground than
Yes.
take him to Bill's house. He can get his own. Figure it out.
He can find his own, but that's a nice.
It's very nice to say.
Very
that,
kind,
yes.
but keep them in the yard.
Who
still.
does that?
Yeah, don't take them out. Come on.
That sets me back
Means
a
a
little
lot
bit.
for the yard.
But I appreciate the kindness.
Yes.
I do. Thank you.
402-464-5685. Call or text as always. Saw this over the weekend. Nebraska had a couple commits to the future classes for
Three
commits.
Yes.
One of those players was Jake Peters, an offensive lineman from Cedar Falls, Iowa, which you guys conversed, and then me and Sip conversed. We had a kind of a conversation, just not all three of us on this one, but we all got a part of this. But the conversation was about Nebraska's lack of players from the state of Iowa the last 21 years. Jake Peters is just the 8th commit for Nebraska from the state of Iowa.
Border state.
Since 2001. It's really hard to believe. It's really hard to believe.
I thought it was curious. Like I would have expected a few more.
8 players in 21 years from right across the border.
These are scholarship players.
Scholarship athletes.
So we say 2001 because that's when the internet era of recruiting, like Rivals started, rivals.com, 24/7 sports in that area. I don't know when 24/7 started, but rivals.com started tracking these things in 2002, actually. So, I mean, from 2000, you want to get to the players?
I do. I'd like to.
Yes,
who are the 8 players? Okay, Jake Peters is the 8th player. Who are the other 7 players ahead of him?
So, I mean, it's informative that from 2002 to 2007, there was nobody.
Single soul.
In 2008, Ben Cotton ended the drought. 2008. You remember Ben Cotton?
I do.
Of course, Bill does. He's good friends with Barney. That's
We had
Barney.
Barney here a few months ago in studio.
He was a 3-star tight end from Ames. Okay, interestingly. Okay, that was 2008. Another 9-year drought after that. No Iowa players till 2016.
And the one they had, Ben, who had a very good career here, was a legacy.
Right.
The other one was 2016 is a legacy. John Raritan. His
4-star didn't pan out here in Nebraska.
His father was a strength coach here. 4-star. The guy started his career like it was going to work out and then fizzled. I don't know what happened.
Yep.
Okay, John Raritan, Ben Cotton so far. 2018, Mosai Newsome. 3-star defensive lineman from Waverly. Now he's exited the program. I'm not sure where he's at. He went into the portal. Don't know where he landed. That'd be a good exercise maybe for Jake.
Mosai Newsome?
Yeah, Mosai
What do you want to guess where he's
and,
at?
and you work at a On3 recruiting site.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a recruiting expert.
Yes, all of a sudden Steve Sybil works at On3.
Right.
A recruiting website.
I don't know where Mosai went. Okay, 2019, Blaze Gunnarsson, still in the program, probably going to play a lot this year. 2021, Thomas Fedoni, actually 3 in 2021 class. Thomas Fedoni, Seth Malcolm, Henry Latovsky. Seth Malcolm, not on the roster now. Thomas Fedoni, probably going to be a starter. Henry Latovsky, right on the cusp of being a starter. And then 2024, Jake Peters. That's it. That's 8.
I'm more intrigued by the first part. I mean, so you had 2008 and then nothing for 9 more years, right?
Yeah. So from
like
2002 to 2016, there was one.
One player from Iowa.
That's
that is
scholarship
really,
player.
It's weird. It's weird.
I thought that. So on the other hand, so you'd ask the question.
Let's ask the question.
Go ahead.
How many players from
Nebraska
that went to Iowa?
Matriculated.
Yes.
To Iowa.
So
I don't know what
the walk.
I don't know what that is.
They walked across the border to Iowa.
They take the human bridge.
I will say this: Drew Ott at one point rode his moped from Trumbull to Iowa City. It took him 12 hours. Now, I would think it would take longer, but he rode a moped from Trumbull to Iowa City. Now, maybe it can go 40 miles an hour, and that would, if you go 80, you're probably getting there in 6 hours, right? So maybe 40 would get you there in 12.
Okay.
If you do the math.
Yeah. Thank you.
Moped, no, that's amazing. Anyway, so how many during that period, 2002 to the present, how many Nebraskans matriculated to Iowa? Scholarship players, 11. So not that many.
Including a first-round pick.
I will give you these names, and I wonder if you even remember some of these.
All right.
Bill, same way with Bill. 2004, Seth Olson.
Nope. No.
3-star offensive lineman from Omaha. Same class, Adam Shada, defensive back.
I remember the name, but no.
2-star defensive back. 2006, Jeff Tarpinian, 3-star defensive back from Millard North. Don't
Doesn't
remember.
ring a bell.
Okay, 2008, you'll remember these guys because I think one or both of them panned out. Shane Prater, wide receiver, 2-star wide receiver from Omaha Central.
I know the name.
Sean Prater, defensive back, 3-star defensive back. He played.
Remember that one for sure.
2011, Cole Fisher, 3-star linebacker from Millard North, I believe played. And then the big one that you guys remember, it's 2012, Drew Ott.
Played very well.
Yeah, he was a very good player there.
Drew Ott.
Very successful.
Became, I think, an all Big Ten level player. Now, he was from Giltner. From Giltner. We have a texter.
We have a Gilt nerd on the text line. Yeah.
Drew Ott became a very good player. I remember this one distinctly because I interviewed him on the field at an Iowa spring game. No joke. 2013, they signed Nathan Budgeta from Howells. Do you remember Budgeta?
I remember him, yep.
Budgeta was a great wrestler. He was a very undersized defensive lineman. I'll never forget. I went over, what the hell was I doing? Why did I cover an Iowa spring game? It was when Nebraska, around the time they first joined the Big Ten, and we were all about opponents and Scott kind of getting a good idea what we're dealing with. And I went over to an Iowa spring game, and I wanted to interview some players, and he was from Howell, so it made sense for me to talk to him. And they brought him over. And I always remember thinking, God dang, this is a defensive lineman. This is a little guy. They listed him. I think they listed him at 6'2". There's no way. He was 5'11". I mean, but he was good. But Budgeta was good. He was a good lineman. He started for Iowa. He was I don't know. He got a lot of leverage.
Starter.
Yeah, he was a starter. 2016. You might remember the name Noah Fant.
Yeah, sure do.
Omaha South.
First round draft pick.
First round draft.
Denver Broncos.
2021, Keegan Johnson, 4-star receiver from Bellevue. And then 2022, Cade Piper, a 2-star lineman from Norfolk. So neither side, I just would have thought there'd be more matriculating both ways. But there hasn't been a lot of that.
Yeah, I wonder what the reason for that is. It's just odd that they'd have that long of a span of just one player from Nebraska, one player from Iowa going to Nebraska. And legacy players.
And if you look at it, Iowa is getting players from Omaha almost exclusively. I mean, there's Norfolk, Cade Piper, and there's a Howells, and there's a Giltner, but all the rest of them are from Omaha area. So hasn't come in here and raided. They'll go into Omaha, obviously. So I don't know. I don't know why there's not more of that.
No, it'd be advantage Hawkeyes. They have a first round draft pick.
Advantage Hawkeyes.
Ott would throw them over.
That would help.
Advantage Hawkeyes in this conversation for sure.
There's still some for Nebraska that the jury's out, but
Fedoni
because he's not played just due to injury. So it's still
Gunnarsson.
Right now it'd still be out. Both would be somewhat out. Gunnarsson has played and not very limited reps, but he's played and play a lot more this year. Great young man. So, but it's still first round draft pick. That's a lot.
Yeah, all Big Ten player not. I'm saying all Big Ten. He had to be close to all Big Ten.
He's very good. Yeah.
So there you go, guys. I don't know what else.
That was a nice study.
Yeah, Bill assigned me that task yesterday.
Yeah,
it came up yesterday. I'd like to know what the back and forth has been.
Because Nebraska recruited Kansas somewhat.
Not as much. Even I think 9. I think
That's
9.
It?
Yeah,
it's odd.
Yeah,
they talk about this radius. Trying to protect the radius, get Nebraska players, get But Kansas, you don't have a ton from Kansas.
I think it's 9 from Kansas in that period, 2002. Yeah.
I think of one. Who do you think would be one that was a big loss for Nebraska that went to Iowa?
The biggest, Larry Station.
Yeah, Larry, as I wrote down there, Larry Station.
I nailed it.
Because that was during
Larry Station.
That's when Nebraska was playing very well, and Iowa was just okay.
It was sort of odd, right?
Very odd.
Yeah.
Very odd.
He became an all Big Ten linebacker for sure, right?
Yeah, he was a very good player for him.
Yeah,
That was
Larry
what stood out the most. I remember us recruiting. Dan Young was the one recruiting him. And obviously, things were going very well for us at Nebraska. I was a graduate at that, but Tim Dwight.
Oh, Tim Dwight.
We wanted him really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Was he an Iowa kid?
Iowa, yep. And he came on. I remember his official visit, remember everything about him. You know, he became I think he played 10 years in the league.
Yeah, super
Falcons
fast.
And Chargers.
Super fast.
Yeah, he was
a kick returner, punt returner.
Super fast.
But yeah, Tim Dwight was one that was.
You had him on campus?
Yeah, absolutely. Dan Young was the one recruiting him. Yep. I remember right there. And we wanted him bad, and he stayed home. I'm sure there's been several. I remember him standing out as being someone that's like, wow, we really, really want this guy.
Yeah, I don't know how many losses you could identify like that, guys they had over here, but it is a striking number to me that over 21 years, 20 plus years, only 8 scholarship players from Iowa.
And Iowa doesn't produce a crap ton of great players, but they have players.
A crap ton. What is a crap ton?
How much is a crap ton? Bella, look that up.
Google
that.
You guys
What's
can
a
determine
crap
what a
ton?
crap ton is. That's the best part. Everyone just
Is that more than 100?
Crap
ton.
They have players that go to the league and
they do
and go around college football.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I don't know. This is nice off-season talk study. If it comes up, Jake, at a party or with a sales, client
At a piano bar?
Piano bar. Instead of the guy butchering the song, how about we just talk about Nebraska and
Airport
Iowa
jabroni.
recruiting? Yeah. The airport jabroni. How dare he? How dare he? Thank you for that research, Sip. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Jake. Well, you're welcome, Jake and Bill.
Yeah, thank you. Before we get to break, I need to tell you about my chair.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
update
please.
us.
I like to.
So,
this is a recliner.
You're sharing the chair.
So
now.
I was gone, for a couple of days. I didn't get a chance to sit in my chair. I get back on, didn't sit on Sunday night because it was 3 a.m. But yesterday I had a chance to get back from the CWS.
Yes.
It's been a long day after a long day of travel. Sit down in the chair. Oh my God.
Oh God.
Just like you just melt.
Was it butter?
In a good way. It
Was it
butter.
like butter?
This reclining chair from Barnwood Leather. It's Omnia. It's a leather chair.
Does it still smell like leather?
It smells brand new.
What'd you say? Omnia.
Omnia. Yeah.
Omnia leather.
Yes.
Okay.
Is the brand. If you want, check it out. It's American made. They got tables. They've got sofas, couches, everything, chairs,
pictures,
cool stuff for the wall.
Yeah, pictures.
Decor. Yeah. It's all
So
American.
if you want
made.
something from Canada, don't go there.
Don't go there.
Don't go there.
Go find your own store.
Wasting your time.
You're not going to find it at Barnwood Leather. It's all
Absolutely.
American made. Beautiful
Yeah.
stuff. 14th and Yankee Hill. No Canadian
know.
stuff. It's all American made, baby. Check it out. 14th and Yankee Hill. Great stuff. Great selection. It smells awesome when you go in the store and it looks better.
Did you put a blanket on yours, or just is it free?
It's free.
Free.
Maybe I should.
Free of blanket.
Maybe I should put.
You don't want it.
something
Why
on.
would you have leather and then put a blanket over
I
it?
keep a blanket on my recliner. Yeah, I keep a blanket all the time on my recliner
to protect it?
Well, just in case I want to cover up a little bit.
Cuddle up like a little kitten.
I have
You've used this kitten thing before, and I'm pushing back on it.
We have blankets to the side, like in a bin. I don't put it like on the chair.
I don't want to be
can
referred
easily
to as a
grab it
kitten.
out of there.
We have more blankets. You'd think we were in the tundra right now. Right now, there's 3 blankets.
It's 95 degrees
There's blankets
outside.
everywhere. It's everywhere. It's 97 yesterday. We have blankets everywhere. Let's grab a blanket. Why? It's 97.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
AC's running a little high.
Yeah.
Again, Barnwood Leather, 14th and Yankee Hill. Great spot.
Thank
Check
you,
it out
Jake.
Today, mention early break. You get a discount there. You get a
What's
discount.
next?
When we come back,
What's next?
What could have been the best Father's Day ever turned into maybe the worst Father's Day ever for a dad. I'll tell you why and how next. Early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 90 The Ticket and the .com.
The sweet relief of air conditioning after a hot day in the summer sun. For only $2.88 a day, LES helps power life's special moments and your comfort. Learn more at L/value.
Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 540 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Terrats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats Terrats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batsterats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection costs. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats Terrats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You are so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages. Call John Henry today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor at just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and our big summer sales event is underway this month. Right now, get 0.9% interest rates. Yes, you heard right. 0.9% APR on select new Chevrolet and GMC vehicles, plus a $1,500 trade-in bonus on select Silverados and Sierras. You put all that together, some big Koppel discounts, and you have a tremendous buying experience. So stop on into the dealership or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
For sure. Here for Bauer Infrastructure, owned local company, proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit Bauer Infrastructure. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, either winner. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Junior Achievement of Lincoln inspires and prepares young people for success. Learn more about the people involved in the organization and the success stories over the years each Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Junior Achievement Hour on 937 The Ticket and theticket.com.
This
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
is Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You know, there's a lot of ways that Father's Day can go right and there's some ways it can go wrong. And there was a certain dad of a Major League Baseball player that was going to have a great Father's Day, and it went terribly, terribly wrong.
Explain.
Let's go back to Sunday.
Father's Day.
Father's Day was Sunday. The Atlanta Braves are rolling on top of the NL East, one of the best teams in baseball, one of the best records. They've been very good the last couple of years, and they're good again this year. Well, there's a guy named Charlie Culberson who had not Charlie Culberson, who's been on the Braves roster for 27 days, but had not been in a game yet.
Mm-hmm.
So an odd choice here. His dad was selected to be the person to throw out the first pitch of the Atlanta Braves game for Father's Day, okay, at the Braves Stadium. There's one problem here, Bill.
Scuttled. He was scuttled.
On Father's Day morning, Charlie Culberson got designated for assignment. He got
sent him
cut from the
down.
team. He got sent to AAA.
They sent him to Gwinnett.
So Charlie Culberson's dad was going to have this great opportunity to throw out the first pitch of the Atlanta Braves baseball game, and his son that morning before the game was sent down to AAA. He did not throw out the first pitch of the game.
No, they had Michael Harris's dad do it, and then Harris went 5 for 5.
Yeah. Could have been a good omen for Charlie Culberson.
Which was a great deal.
Right.
Did somebody not tell the manager?
Like, come on, can you just wait one day?
Just give us one day. It can't be that big of a deal.
Dad
it can't be. It just can't be.
His dad is here. Come on, man.
Imagine also like that. Hey, hey, stand down on that. Because they had the ball. Just take it easy. Give me another dad quick.
See, like the dad, warm up his arm.
We get another dad.
I was in the footage of like the dad get his arm. Hey,
are they saying in the clubhouse? Hey, is anybody's dad here tonight? Can we Charlie's text him.
Charlie's dad.
Text him. See if we can get him down here real quick because we lost a dad.
They DFA'd Culberson. I didn't know the term DFA, by the way. DFA'd him. They use it as a verb.
Designated for assignment.
Yeah, they DFA'd him.
It's not a good thing to get DFA'd.
No.
You don't want to get DFA'd.
Especially when your dad's going to throw out the first pitch.
Yeah.
I wonder if they flew his dad like the next day down to the AAA place and had him throw it out there.
AAA.
I think they would have
Gwinnett, baby.
Yeah, I think they would have designated him to AAA Gwinnett.
They did.
Okay.
They did. It's unfortunate. Let's just think about the excitement that you would have had for a day. Now, his dad was also he's a former baseball player. Charles Culberson was drafted in the 80s and played a couple years in the major leagues. But he had this chance to get back on the mound, relive the glory days. And
absolutely.
Throw out the first pitch. And my son, I'm going to honor my son. But just kidding. He's not going to be here because he's at Gwinnett now.
It may not have been a big deal to him. I don't know. They kind of probably understand.
So now if he gets called back up, do you revisit it, or if I'm the dad, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. No, that ship has sailed.
Maybe you do. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, actually.
It'd be worth it if they did that, and then once again, right before, it'd be like, hey, he got reassigned again, and just be joking, just like imagine that it happened again. I'm sorry.
I would say this to defend the Braves somewhat. Now, if you read about Charlie Culberson, he hadn't played for a long time. So it was a curious choice for his dad to be the one to throw out the first pitch.
This sounds like a marketing nightmare. Someone in the marketing department who had, I'm sure there was no connection between the two. It wasn't, if they even had the knowledge, it probably would have, but somebody's like, yeah, get Culberson. Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah. Get the old man.
Player. Yeah,
get the old man. He's around here.
I see him every day.
Yeah.
You could show somebody better that was for sure going to be on the roster. Like, get a starter's dad.
It's not,
pitcher's dad here.
The pain is mitigated by the fact that Charlie Jr., I mean, the young Culberson's 34. He's been around. He understands. I imagine these guys have a pretty good sense of humor about it. Like, Dad, never mind. Hey, Dad, I'm going to Gwinnett.
Just go watch me at AAA real quick. Like they said, this was a somewhat expected DFA. Like why would
that's weird.
Why would he to be fair to the Braves organization? Why would he even be considered potentially having his dad be the one?
Hadn't played since May 19th.
Father's Day is probably a pretty big day at the ballpark, right? You take Dad to the park.
Yep.
We're gonna, it's gonna be all the kids are here with you to watch the game. It's probably a pretty good crowd. The Braves are good. Oh, by the way, they're playing the Rockies, who suck. So a nice chance to get an easy win, probably, which they did.
Yeah.
And let's just get this guy who's on the fringe of the roster. Hopefully he's on the team still. But he's not, by the way. Let's pan to this guy over here instead.
Would Braves fans even know he's on the roster?
Maybe not.
Who's that guy? Who's Charlie Culberson?
They're probably, what? Who?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him play before.
They brought him up May 19th. He hadn't played in a game.
His dad's the one.
Hadn't appeared in a game.
Yeah. So they know he has. They would know he's on the team. They have no idea.
A lot of people probably didn't
Don't
know.
understand.
Hardcore Braves fans would know, but a lot of Braves
there'd be
fans
somebody
wouldn't
that
know.
would.
Yeah. But it's an unfortunate story for him.
Any clothesline photos?
Yes. I thought Sanderson sent one.
Well, Sanderson did. Sanderson
He
sent one on Twitter.
He sent one to us.
and they're very robust. You call them tees?
I call them T-bars.
T-bars. Good job, Bill.
I call them T-bars.
Yeah, they're
Clothesline
robust.
in Holland is what he sends us. Holland,
Okay.
Nebraska.
So what David sent, those, if you run into those, you're in trouble. I mean, those are big T-bars.
Yes.
And now I think the ones I remember my mom had, they were not quite as robust as that. Those are
The
are
T-bar
robust.
was the standard. So when you're
Yeah.
putting these up in the 40s, 50s, that was what went up.
60s,
Yeah.
70s.
That's what
So,
went up.
Bill, I'm talking. I grew up in the 70s.
And they're still out there. They're still out there. I get that. You just don't see them use. I don't think there's been one put in the last 40 years.
I don't know.
I would doubt there's been one put in the last 40 years.
I don't know that.
When's the last time a clothesline was put in?
Since 1980, you think?
I believe so.
I'd like to think somebody's putting them in.
If anybody out there is listening to this and can point us to a time more recently than the 80s when a clothesline was put in
You
your
know
house,
what I
or your
wonder about?
parents' house, let us know.
You know what I wonder about? Is you think there's a T-bar manufacturer still?
No.
No way.
No. I'm saying you're doing your own. No. That's why that is pretty valuable with the nice texter that text in about giving up his T-bars.
Right. Because how would you find them?
How would you find them? How would you get
Facebook?
them? Yeah.
Is it? Wouldn't you just go to Facebook?
Marketplace? Yeah, sure. You can find them there.
Facebook Marketplace.
Absolutely, you can find them there.
But,
that's
but
what-
here's
I've
you
Laura
have
do
to
that.
remember. I told that to Steve Sipple, is that they're concreted in. I mean, those are you dig a hole, you put them down, you put concrete around them. They're rock solid.
100%.
So when you're pulling them
100%.
out, they got a giant hunk of concrete attached to them. Just so you know,
be hard to
you're
pull
not
out.
jacking around. It's like,
No, it's not.
hey, throw it in the back of the Honda. No, it's not.
It's
Yeah,
not gonna be Laura. Go pull that T-bar out.
pull a T-bar. I put it in Jake's car. No, it's not gonna happen. No,
It scratched up the whole
Yeah.
side with this
No,
cement.
no. You need a pickup.
you need a pickup. You need a big rig.
Yeah, this is gonna be
Who could install that? Do we have it? Would there be a T-bar installer
you,
out there?
Jake, and I could install it. I would
Okay.
like to think. Now you do need the concrete,
Yeah,
but you can go buy
That's
concrete.
easy. You put it in dry and pack it. That's
Yeah.
not hard to do. We
Menards.
could do that.
We go to Menards and do
We
that.
had to get a level. Make sure it's level.
I saw a text this morning for us guys that said they want us to build their deck for them. They need,
Yeah,
they need, they need
that'll
to
be
be
good.
foreman.
That would be
They need the
That would
foreman
be good.
that would if we could be on a crew. I'd like because I've got a belt. I got a tool belt. Oh, absolutely, I got a tool belt. I'd love to put that baby on, walking around measuring stuff like that. With the pencil behind the ear, that doing that.
Could we do it?
I don't know. We
Jake,
we
just-
need
just
some
say
help.
yes.
We need some help.
I think we should try to
YouTube.
do it.
YouTube. Just get up around the computer looking at YouTube. videos.
YouTube. I think you can do
The
almost
whole
anything.
crux falls on getting things square.
Yeah.
That's where all the stuff. That's where mathematics are involved. And
Oh
that's,
God,
and that's gonna hurt me.
me,
That's
Math.
Jake.
math and words.
How are
my
you with
two
math?
things that
I'm
get me.
okay at math.
Are you?
Jake,
It's not-
you're a 31 ACT.
Yeah.
29.
Yeah, the same thing.
That's not
Same
don't
thing.
exaggerate.
How
too
are you
much.
with geometry?
I
Yes.
can hold my own.
Okay.
Okay.
Jake would be
I
the
need a
brain.
protractor. Get the protractor out.
Matter of
again,
fact,
right?
Jake, you don't even you just sit in the car on YouTube.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Don't get out of the
You don't have
car.
to pound anything.
You
You guys
nothing.
do the hard work.
You don't have to build. You don't
Exactly.
have to carry anything.
No,
I want to carry some stuff.
I'm gonna carry some wood like
I
that.
want to carry the stuff.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
gonna carry.
But
stuff.
your main job is going to be
do
math.
we have? I don't have
So
any
I'm the
sawhorse. Who
project-
has sawhorse?
So I become the project manager.
How do
here.
we get a sawhorse? Talk to us, text line. How do we get a
We're
saw?
not
Two
building
sawhorses.
We're
Get a
not
couple of
building any
those.
dams. We don't have
Not
time.
that.
Well, you have time.
Yeah.
Snoop Doggy Dog.
I got a drill. I got a drill.
Snoop Doggy Dog. I get a jobby job.
What is that?
Look at him. Look at this guy. Look, he's laughing at his jokes.
I'm going to say that all day.
Yeah.
All day. Doggy Dog,
Yeah,
you need to get a
yeah,
jobby
yeah.
job.
Didn't thought of that.
Wow.
I'm thinking.
Snoop Dogg.
I'm thinking of clothesline stories, and that's what you're coming up with.
Yeah, that's all I got.
That's how the brain works there, my
Yeah.
friends. That's how the brain works.
That's all I got.
Before we get to the game show, someone else mentioned earlier, you kind of glossed over the fact there was a pet raccoon.
We did gloss
Yeah,
over
it's
that.
just like, hey, it just happened. It's odd that somebody had a pet
JoJo,
raccoon.
and he lived in the house. Yes, he'd walk through the house like that. Yes. Oh yeah. JoJo lived in the house.
Almighty.
Yeah.
Was it wooden floors? I
yeah,
hope.
yeah, JoJo.
Was
He
it
lived-
wooden
Like to
floors?
see the
JoJo lived in the
carnage
house
of
like
what
that.
the raccoon did.
Remember,
to
and
the
JoJo
house.
would get into my grandma's like cosmetics and stuff. JoJo would mess around like that.
You got to
yes.
be kidding me.
Yes. So it was very,
That's rural.
It was very common at my dad's house.
That's
at the time
rural.
to have a lot of animals around.
Well,
yeah, they had
including a pet raccoon.
Pet raccoon that we ended up having to get rid of after they electrical charged him.
Yeah.
On the T-bars.
They made him dance. Let's make JoJo dance.
And he
We didn't any trouble
I don't know. I don't think we're in trouble.
We didn't
And I
do
think
anything.
there's
with the animal groups
Yes.
right now.
This is
we
stuff in
didn't
the
do
past.
it. We didn't do it.
Yeah, we're just telling stories.
Lock
that
the
has.
doors, Bella.
Yeah.
All right, let's play the game.
We
Should
did
give us a
gloss
call right
over that.
now. 464-568. Your chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. Today's topic is this upcoming football season, 2023 top college running backs.
Whoa.
Think you know the top college running backs for this upcoming season?
I'm saying I'm not very good on that.
How are you presenting it?
Well,
Yes.
I went through our good friend Bill Bender, the Sporting News. He listed his top 10 running backs.
And you're going to give us what?
I will give you the player. You tell me the school he
Oh.
goes to.
Okay.
Have a chance.
Yeah.
The player is listed. You tell me the school. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. Well, here's your chance. Shut up, Sipple. Now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Nick Down Sip and Trivia. How did it go yesterday for you? You guys play
I
yesterday?
don't remember.
Nick did the game show.
We won.
W.
Okay.
Yeah, we
1-0 in the week. 1-0. How do you feel about college running backs from this year?
Pretty good.
Okay. Greg in Milford is on the line. Greg, how do you feel about college running backs this upcoming season?
Oh, this upcoming season?
Yep.
Could be iffy.
Are you on the road working or are you home?
I'm heading to Peoria, Illinois.
I was just there.
Oh, let Jake help you with that.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Vacation
see some
there,
good spots
which is
out
a
there.
crazy
Great.
thing.
I'm going back to the Best Western with the Pancake Factory.
Nice.
Yeah, well, I had one of those at the Holiday Inn out there, so it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
So pure is heavy pancake.
But Bill, speaking of your T-bars, I've had one that was 3-foot diameter concrete by 4 foot in the ground.
See?
Whoa,
yeah, that's
That's a big deal.
That's incredible.
3-foot diameter concrete.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, you had to.
That thing survived a tornado.
Yes, that's a T-bar.
That's
You know what it is? That's a proper dehydration station.
concrete.
Yes.
That's right. All right, Greg. First question goes to you. Bill, a lifeline for SIP for one question.
I'm
As
listening.
always, Greg, what school does Quinshawn Judkins play for?
I got
A
that.
top
I know
running
it.
back.
I know it if you don't.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Lord.
You said that before and missed this.
He has.
You have said that numerous
Yeah.
times.
Quayshawn Jepkin?
Quinshawn Judkins.
Judkin. I don't know. Let's just say the Buffaloes.
Not Colorado. It's
Nope. Lane Train, Ole Miss.
You got that, Bill?
No, but now he said that.
He's a big time running back. He's a big
True
time.
freshman.
Yeah, I mean
Last
about
year.
8 yards a carry.
I think he was number 2 on Bill Bender's list.
He's a
Bender.
horse. Hey, Jake, he's a hoss.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if you get this one
Loose
right.
horse. That's
Loose
what he
horse.
is.
This guy, I believe, was 3rd on our friend Bill Bender's list of sporting of the top running backs.
We're about up to go 2-0
What school does Raheem Sanders play for?
here. So much for 2-0. Raheem Sanders.
You're up 1-0.
Raheem.
Yep. Could be Raheim, Raheim. I think it's
Okay.
Raheem, though. Usually it's Raheem.
Where was he on the list?
I think he was 3rd or 4th.
UCLA.
Greg, do you want that or do you want to pass?
I want this because he had a couple good games against big-time opponents last year. The Razorbacks.
Arkansas is correct.
Nice
How about
job.
that?
Hey,
How
nice
about
job,
that? We're getting
Greg.
running
Nice
backs
job.
right here.
Couple
Arkansas.
SEC running
We're in
back.
trouble.
1-1 tie. Back
It's
to
1
Greg.
to 1, Bill.
We're in trouble.
Back to Greg for the lead. Greg, what school does Will Shipley play for?
Well, that's an
You
easy.
said Will or Bill?
I said
No.
Will, as in W. Will Shipley.
God, that name sounds familiar.
It does.
San should
Michigan
go.
State?
Say it again.
Michigan State?
He is not a Spartan. You want to steal this or pass?
Pass.
That would be Clemson. Clemson is Will
Yeah.
Shipley for the win. Sip Bills in play.
All right, here we
If
go.
he misses, Greg can steal this also and win outright for the win. What school does Trey Benson play for?
Oh, my God, Jake, these are wrong.
He is, I think, 5th on Bill Bender's list.
Trey Benson? Anybody?
Trey Benson.
Trey Benson. 5th best running back?
He's 5th or 6th. He's definitely no worse than 6 on Bill Bender's list.
Bender's list. Think as if you're
He's not in the Big Ten. I'd know if he was in the Big Ten.
I think I would too. Yeah, or he's from Pender, one of the two.
Pender or Bill?
Yeah, one of the two.
5 seconds here.
All right, hold on.
Trey Benson.
Tulsa.
I like it.
He's not living on Tulsa time. He's not. Do you want that one, Greg? You want to go to the tiebreaker?
I know it, but I want to go to the tiebreaker.
That would be Florida State.
Florida State.
Oh,
hold it! You knew it for the win, but you want to go.
Hold on.
Exactly. Time out.
I live dangerously, Bill. Remember the last time we played?
I don't. So you knew the question.
He knew it. He passed on the winning answer because he wanted to play longer.
I love it. There's something I really love about
Matt Damon.
Yeah, the Matt Damon.
Matt Damon movie.
Yes.
He got that one. Okay.
Okay. All right. Tiebreaker.
Keep playing. I mean, accept this win if we win.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, you can because he did. Okay. This is go to you guys, and he'll go over under your answer. Okay. How many yards per carry to the first decimal did Blake Corum average last year at Michigan?
This is yours, Bill.
Yards per carry.
5.84.
So you go 5.8 for the decimal?
Yes.
Okay. Greg, over and under 5.8 yards per carry.
It's good.
I think it's over. I think it's like around 6.
Brilliant. Bill, the reason why I asked this is it's 5.9 yards per carry. It was 5.9. That's why I said
5.85. We would have rounded up and one. Son of a fuck.
5.01.
5.9?
It was 5.9. Bill was 0.06.
Holy Lord.
Congrats, Greg. You deserve that because you would have had the game if you
You
got
won
46.
twice.
You won twice. You get your bagels.
I know the answer to win, but I'm going to go to the tiebreaker.
You should get 48 bagels.
Give him 48 bagels.
Price is right.
Yeah. You got
What's
it
that now? Say that again. I'm sorry.
I said price is right. You would have been dead on. I think you would have got both prizes.
Yeah.
Would have
Yeah.
done that. All right, Greg. Congrats, man. Thanks for calling in and enjoy Peoria.
You guys have a good week.
Thank you.
Bill. 5.84 is such a good guess. It was 5.9. Bill has been dead on numbers like the last week or so. I mean, last week he had 2 on the
My
dot.
mind works in math.
He's uncanny
Yeah, it's
as
getting
far as
scary.
putting numbers
getting
out there. Peoria is interesting.
Enjoy Peoria.
Concept.
Well, I
Enjoy
said it.
Peoria.
Yes.
Said nobody ever.
Supposed to be humid today there.
Might be.
If you need to go hide, Peoria is the place.
Hey, I could find some spots. I was there.
Witness
I know where to
protection
hide
program.
there. I know where to hide in Peoria, so it's all good. The spillover.
What if we found that out that Sipple's been in the witness protection program? That's what they put him here.
He's just been in Lincoln for 30 years.
30 years they put in the witness protection program. Had to get him out of Columbus.
Spillover is next. An early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Proud to be voted best job.
Generation V.
Is thrilled to announce our newest location at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Explore with the largest selection of vape, Delta 8, Kratom, all your favorite brands of disposables, e-liquid, and premium THCA flower.
Generation V.
We'll guide you through our extensive collection to help you find the perfect fit.
Generation V.
With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, Seward, York, Kearney, and Beatrice. Visit our newest store now open at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E-cigs contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know your family. Best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Are you ready to upgrade your combine? Don't wait. Act now to choose from the widest selection of used combines at Acres Equipment. Acres, the nation's largest John Deere combine dealer, is offering 2.9% interest for 60 months on over 100 pre-owned combines. Go to acres.com to view a huge inventory of low-hour, late-model John Deere combines. Finally, you'll farm for free. Acres for every field.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
There's never been a better time to earn more on your checking account. Open a free Kasasa Cash checking account with Liberty First Credit Union and earn up to 5.5% APY for up to $40,000. It's simple. Open your Kasasa Cash checking account online or stop into any of the 4 Lincoln locations or Seward and Omaha branches. Liberty First makes switching easy, and Kasasa checking is always free. See libertyfirstcu.com for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring for a rewarding career with developmental disability. You can check out open positions along with learning more about ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit, and you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour, an opportunity to see our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years. Lives for the better in the process. The newest pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to novotnynutritionandwellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
Guys, it's that time again. Another 10-week challenge at Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is starting on July 8th. I joined Farrell's a little over a year ago, and with their help, I've lost over 125 pounds and can confidently say I'm in the best shape of my life. The 10-week challenge combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching in a way that is approachable and achievable for any skill level. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off the cost of enrollment. Head to theticketfm.com and click on the banner on the homepage to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 70th and Vine or 40th and Yankee Hill.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Close. It is time for the spillover. We got AD in the house.
Hello, AD.
AD, what up?
It's good to be here.
Yeah,
Good to see
welcome back. Welcome to work.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
It's nice to see you.
Good to have you
It's
back.
always good to see you.
Likewise.
Having Jake back also was
Oh
great.
yeah, Jake's
Yeah,
back.
Jake's back. It's okay.
He welcomed himself. He welcomed himself back.
I love Jake announced the show. He said, "I'm back,"
I'm
and
back.
they waited for us.
See, I get it.
There was
No,
a
I
pause.
said
Yeah.
I did not.
It was
There
like,
was
hey,
no pause.
Yeah,
Let's
they-
let's
also,
go back to the
Bella
start.
had to jump on, grab the mic. Oh, and Jake, we're glad to have you back.
Let's go back
Bella
to the
had to
start of the
jump on.
show. I don't think there's a pause. I think it was very
Jake
natural.
was like, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Glad to see you.
Are you glad to see me?
Welcome back, I guess.
No, we were very glad to see you. Your hat's pulled down very far.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Yeah, I got to cover up the eyes.
Yeah,
it's
I
bright.
like it.
It's bright here, you know.
Yeah, it's good to see you. You look. I don't know how you do it. He comes back. He gets back at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Pops up, goes to Omaha. All
You were here
day.
yesterday, like at what, 7:30?
Yeah.
No, it was about 8:05.
Yeah.
Do you ever run out of energy?
Yes. Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not for the show. You got to keep it going for this. Absolutely.
Do you run out of energy?
Yes.
I would like to see Jake without energy.
I don't think you do. I just kind of like just sitting there and just doing nothing.
It would be interesting.
Oh, you should have seen me yesterday when I got back from Omaha.
Did
I
you
just
veg?
went to the chair, the barnwood leather chair,
Yes.
and then I went to the couch after that. 'Cause I just want to rotate around. I was out of energy.
Were you out?
Did you eventually make it to your bed?
I did get to the bed. Yeah,
There's-
took a shower, went to sleep.
There's nothing that is more draining than vacation.
Oh, God.
Seriously, it should be,
Vacation
but it is.
Oh, it's way draining. The only vacation you get, like, what'd you for vacation? Nothing. How do you feel? I feel good. If you did nothing. Once you decide to get on a plane or go somewhere that you're packing bags, you're going to come back and then again, but you can't say it's like getting back. What's wrong? I'm wiped out. What's wrong? I just in Cancun for 10 days.
You can't say it.
All inclusive.
Those Caribbean vacations were taxing.
Yeah.
They were taxing.
They are, yeah.
You got to go through customs and
exactly.
somewhat. One of your tricks you had is flying through Toronto.
Yeah.
What are we doing? We're staying in Toronto. We were in the Caribbean, and for some reason we're staying in Toronto.
Get to Canada. What the hell are we
I've
doing?
never seen Toronto, but there it was.
There it was.
You had to go to Caribbean first.
And you try to whine about it, you really can't. So you cannot whine about that.
No,
whatsoever.
I was not whining.
But people do. I do. I'm like, I'm wore out. Where you been? Not 10 days in Mexico. Yeah, I need a break.
I need a break again.
I need another break.
I need this
Go
to
back
get-
on vacation again.
Sometimes you need a vacation from the vacation.
Yes, you do.
I mean, just go
You
home
spend
and
a hell of a lot of
True.
money, and you're just like, oh boy.
What
did
do
we
you
just
guys think? Because it's been well documented, and I didn't know this was documented on basically like a reality TV situation. Prime's foot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders.
But
man.
they were following him, right? What I heard, and I didn't see it, but there's like they're doing like a reality TV show with him.
Prime's foot.
Yeah,
He's got an issue.
So they were there live, like when the doctor was talking, from what I was told, and I didn't see the actual video of like they're walking him through that. You may lose your foot.
May lose your foot.
He's got a couple toes gone now.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's got a couple.
That's
toes gone.
circulation issues.
Left foot.
Like
Left foot.
like severe issues.
Yeah. For a long time, over a long period, circulation issues. He can't feel the bottom of his foot.
Yeah.
He had blood clots that resulted in having 2 toes amputated in 2021. This is a rough deal for Deion.
Real rough.
I mean, come on.
Hence why he was on that ride, a little scooter thing, because he had like you said, had it amputated.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking to hear.
Horrible.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine that. Just every day you wake up going like, "Is
this today?
Am I losing my foot?"
Yeah.
That would be a wow.
That's a scary one.
Yeah,
That's a
just scary at
one.
that. So that was.
The things people go through are amazing to me. I mean, it is.
And then I know what that job's like because he's busy.
Oh
24.
God.
Oh, yeah.
There is
You
no
gotta
like,
feel
hey, you
a
know
lot.
what? I got camps, I got this, I got all these things going on.
The one thing that, and I'm easily amazed, but the one thing that amazes me about head coaches at that level, like I think of Matt Rhule, the one area that really boggles my mind is all the names you have to learn. I mean,
Right away.
you have to learn your roster. You have to learn people you're recruiting, incoming recruits, people that you're recruiting. So there's
people in your building,
athletic department in general,
athletic
Media.
department, media.
administration.
It's an incredible amount of names you have to learn. Guys who are coming in for visits. I mean, they're going to have 20 guys. You got to learn those names of guys you may not ever get in your program. It's I don't know. I have trouble with names, and maybe that's why it boggles my mind. I can't imagine doing that.
Coach, what is one of the things that you use, methodologies you use to learn names? Because they came so fast.
Yeah, and I still struggle with that part of it because I was never good at repeat their name, say their name again over and over again. Keep saying as you're talking to them. Well, Tony, Melissa, so those are one of the things you try to do. And so the big thing I would do is I'd have everything written down, and right before they walked, if they were coming in, I'd just review it quick on a note card.
Wow.
I'd be like, okay,
Is that right? Names.
yeah. And now the weird part would be like, and I didn't feel bad about it if I didn't know their name perfect. So I might be able to say I also knew what they had for breakfast like 2 days ago. I know them really well, and sometimes it can just kind of escape me. So I'd always be like, okay, just quick reminder for us right there. And that's what you do with the head coach too. Is you're going in, you slide into the head coach's meeting. So now the recruit and the parents are coming in and see the head coach. You generally come with them. Sometimes you don't. However the head coach wants to handle it. But as you come in like they'd be, hey, Sally and Bob. Sally does this. Bob does this.
Oh,
You tell the head coach
Names of parents. That's more. That's another one.
So
Names of
immediately
guardians.
You walk
Absolutely.
in and say this
That's
kind of
huge.
quick reminder like that. Remember, he's the one who runs the irrigation company at this part. This is some things that are important. So you always had that down again. As I'd leave it, I'd always be like, hey, it's Sally and James. That's who's coming in the door with
Names are
with
very
the
Okay.
drinks.
And then you just said another one. Their parents' names, like you mentioned, Coach. They're high school coaches' names.
High school coaches,
Yeah, I know their
high
names.
school assistants.
Yeah.
I mean, high school counselors.
Yeah.
The list of names that you have to remember is incredible.
Incredible.
It's
And it goes
incredible.
on and on and on. So
Yeah.
so my clue was always to I don't have them all written down. And I just go over if it's something was what pertained to me, especially if it was someone, say a recruit was going to show up like that wasn't technically like my recruit. He's an offensive lineman
Sure.
and not from my area, not my position. Come in with the parents right away. You always get it printed out. So right away when you see him right away, like that, Tony, good to see you. So I really work hard on those. The ones that you knew were fairly easy.
Right.
That was the part. The ones that are probably the hardest, and people say, well, why would that be? Would be people in the building.
Yeah.
That are fringe as far as how much you interact with them. But you'll see them.
Right.
But you don't have a real tie to them.
Right.
They work over in this section.
Right.
They do this like that. And then sometimes you're going like, and they all know who you are. Right? They all know
They
who
know
you
you,
are.
and they'll say hi, Bill.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so you
Hey,
hey
guy,
Hey, big guy.
hey pal.
Hey, big guy.
Hey, pal. Guy.
Big guy.
What's up, big guy?
What's up, big guy?
What's up, big man?
Yeah.
Yep, that's what you do.
Yeah. So those are the hardest ones because if there's someone else and you don't get it quite, if you don't know it right away with that, but you really shouldn't even maybe know it. It's like it's really hard. But when someone you have, so you're going like, I should know that person. I should know who they are. I should know what they do.
Think about a head coach.
So I would work the hardest on those because that's where you build up your worth within the workspace.
Think about the head coach just with the 150 man roster. That's 150 guys.
A lot of guys.
Now, I always remember distinctly. Columbus had a walk on player named Tom Nelson, and he told me one summer that he walked by Tom. This was during when Tom was coaching, and that Tom said, just nodded to him and said, "Hey, Tom Nelson," and Nelson was amazed that he knew his name.
That's
Like
pretty cool.
but just that little acknowledgement that meant the world to a walk on from Columbus.
Coach Busch would validate this and chime in on this. Coach Osborne was remarkable in that area.
Names.
I mean, I remember retirement events of his, like in 98, 97, when they were doing events for him, and he'd walk around this huge ballroom addressing guys by their names. I'm not talking about the guys he just coached in 97. I'm talking about the guys he coached in 77, 78. We start looking different. And he would still know the majority, if not probably 90% or more of the names in that room. It just blew me away.
He's amazing at it.
Yeah.
That'd be that's the hardest thing is the physical change.
Yes.
So
eras.
because you can walk right by somebody and they're like, hey, and I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I didn't even recognize you.
Yeah.
Because your coach.
I know your name, but I did not put it together.
Yeah.
And there's also there is nothing worse in the world if you're that person that does the hey, remember me?
Oh yeah.
And I'm like just that. I hate when someone says that to you.
Gasp.
You get that a lot too.
Hey, remember me?
Yeah.
And I'm always like, I'm drawing a blank. Help me out here. But then after they say it, I'm like, I would have never remembered that.
Oh, the other one I get sometimes is you've met me before.
Yes.
I'm like, oh,
which is terrible. It puts you in the position.
It's a horrible spot to put you in.
Yeah, I just don't.
At the university, and even in these classes I was teaching for Dale Carnegie back in the day, I would always say, if we had been a while that we've known each other, Jake, Aaron Davis from, and I would say where we knew each other, because you're not putting that person in a horrible position. Like many people that he was seeing at that time that you see.
Yeah.
What makes you think they're going to remember you like that?
Give them a reminder.
Exactly.
Help them out.
Help them out.
Come
Help
on.
them out.
Help them out.
Thank you, Jake.
Yeah.
All right.
If I'm ever in a bind, if I grab, I'll with my wife. I'm like, hey, I'm not sure the name. Bear it with it. So I'll be like, and I'll be right away. I'm like, this is my wife, Laura.
Yep.
And then you pray to God.
They say
right. Hi, I'm Linda.
Right.
And when they don't, though, they're like, oh, nice to meet you. You're like, oh.
Yeah. You're hoping they say that. Sometimes they just go,
yeah,
and?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's all.
You wonder if they're messing with you at that point a little bit.
I think people mess with me every day. I'm pretty sure
They do, Bill.
They do every day. They see me coming. They're like, this is the guy we're gonna get. We're gonna get this guy. He's a clown.
All right, that's it for us. The Drive is next for Steve Sipple and Bill Busch. I'm Jake Sorensen. See you.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, a career. Gaina Trucking offers